So it was funny because YouTube doesn't hear music, so they just see me dancing to nothing. Just a man dancing. Hello, how are you? What's going on? Looks so funny when you vibe to nothing. It's so funny. I have like chill hop going on over here. It's like nice and smooth. But I know the VOD and YouTube can't hear music, so it's just fat white guy doing the shuffle. How the hell are y'all? What's going on? I'm gonna go through and greet everybody one by one because it's a personal pleasure, a little bit of a guilty pleasure. But first, let me do a little bit of updating. I actually mentioned on my Discord yesterday that mayhaps I would have had the episode released yesterday. That didn't pan out. Why? Because, well, it turns out my dog ate my hard drive with ant on it, which means that no ant for anybody ever again. Getting closer to the cloud and got popped by vital rats. Oh no. Oh no. Over on YouTube, we got Nut Timon. How you doing, buddy? Trying out some nomading, enjoying it. I love to see that. Guillaume Page. What's up, buddy? How are you? Dr. Inkwell is here. Gammo says, I did some nomading with some buddies. It was fun as hell. Thank you for the inspiration. Fuck yeah, dude. My goal on YouTube and Twitch is not to teach. It's not to show you how to do things. It's to show you that you can do things. It's to inspire you. It's to entertain you. It's to like maybe make you laugh occasionally, right? So this is considered a W to me. I had somebody on my Discord ask me why I don't have a big event for Ant, why I don't like hype it up. And I'm like, why would I do that? He's like, well, you get more engagement, you can get more money. I'm like, well, I suppose you're right. What if you make us cry? I've tried to avoid killing any dogs in this series. All right, let me go say hi to Twitch real quick and catch up. Lucas first chatter, Halb second chatter. Halb permanently working on some research. Yeah, a little paper. Got something going on. I'm sure it's not going to be interesting for me to read, but if you want to send me your abstract when you're done, I'd love to read it on stream just for the shits and gigs if it's not OPSEC. Hope you're having a good week. Lucas, Halb, Angenica's here. Third Musketeer, Mahoninator here. Mr. James, right? I think it's James. You're not birding snow? Yeah, no, I just haven't been streaming much because of the whole A Nomad Tale thing, right? Blue Star with the bits. Good morning to you. I saw you down there. I'm gonna go say hi in 1 second. I have too many handsome and beautiful chatters.
Autopilot disabled.
Waypoint reached. Thank you. Working on my dissertation. It's in May. Stress is the thing. Yeah, so Mahoninator was wondering about Ant. So the problem with Ant right now is I have it uploaded. It's been done. It's just that YouTube, for some reason, fucks up the high-res streams. So on like 2K and 4K, it's like slightly fucked up. It's the weirdest shit. It is the weirdest shit. What's up, Legba? I'll actually explain more shortly. Bang Biscuit, what's going on? Born Crusher's here. It's your boy, Big D's in the house. He's unsubbing, fair enough. I already got this man for almost 2.5 years worth of subs. He's gonna unsub now. That would cripple me financially, trust me. Get that charge back. Tech Priest Pie is here. What's up? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Dwayne burning channel points. Guy's reckless where the Katse is here. Been F5ing YouTube for Ant. Yeah. Well, if it's not out today, it'll be out tomorrow, one way or another, even with glitches. That's my take. Pat the Pineapple Pirate. What's up, gangster? Sorry, I always make a big deal out of your name. I just like your name. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Svilko is here. What's up? Nort, welcome to the stream, says Gassy. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of gas today. Nice backdrop, yeah. What is on my screen? It says hype train incoming. Stop! I got to change this setting. This is unsettling right here. It literally pops if somebody just like says the word bit. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. I'm not going to get distracted today. I refuse to bend the knee to the capitalist overlords that are Amazon.twitch.net. Blackheart's here. What's up? Blue Star Mirage says, he speaks. Thank you for the bits. Need more vines. Yeah, actually, there's some vines in the background I was thinking about stealing. I was thinking about doing this thing where I just one day randomly, I don't even tell anybody, but anytime someone subs, I just go put up another vine. I saw Crash Knob do a sub once where he says 1 sub, 1 balloon, right? I didn't watch it, but it seems, you know, like a fun way to game the system. I'm going to do it, but in secret. I'm going to steal it, but I'm going to do it with vines. I'm going to go buy like 1,000 pack of vines. And one day, you're not going to know when, you're going to sub and you're going to see me stand up and hang a vine up. And if you guys catch on, I'm in huge fucking trouble. Because what happens, I'm going to run out of fucking wall space pretty quickly.
You clumsy pilot. This is hilarious.
Dwayne, what did you do?
Was destroyed and you died.
Stop.
Well, actually, your old self died and I miraculously escaped. Lucky for you that you.
This thing is so undertuned, it's crazy.
Clone. Open the medical services and I will show you more about this nifty little thing.
Thanks, Aura. God, she's so cool. So let me show this to you real quick. Look at this. I think I can show this to you, right? This is an OPSEC. So look, this is the hype train interface. Check this out. Look, so if I go into the hype train, I have it set on easy and I have the cooldown set to 8 hours. I'm thinking this is not good because I can't even say hello to my homies without it going off. So I'm going to put this back on so I don't have to think about it and hopefully it won't happen as often. Yeah. Also, obligatory fuck Twitch. And thank you for the bits, Dwayne. That was very kind of you. Who else is here? Can it? Was Ninja Huffing vital? Yeah, VCR rats are brutal. You're going to have to watch an Nomad Tale 16 for that. Someone said Tuck Fwitch? Hell yeah. What's up, Tiny and Samilia? How you doing? Green Jeans is here. Mr. Fish is here. Gravy is here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Aussie says, who doesn't like money? I feel like a lot of people don't like money, but I mean, who, yeah. Yeah, I get it. But the point I'm trying to make is like, I don't even monetize a Nomad Tale anymore. So it's just kind of funny when people are like, grow your channel, make more money. It's like, well, I don't think that's how we're going to do it. Blue Star, thank you again for the bits. And Blue Star, very generous chatter. Thank you very much. Obviously, Dwayne as well. Haxer with the Prime. What's up? Welcome. Appreciate you. We're 28 tomorrow. Searching for hype to return to Eve, watching Nomad series at 10 right now. Yeah. So 1 to 13 is the first year. And then after that, it's like 1 a year. It's crazy. Hopefully it inspires you. If not, no sweat. Psycho Repeating says, good morning. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Well. That's a lot of wells. One single 100-bit donation hype training coming. Yeah, Dwayne just fucking sparked off with the 500 because he's a bad man. Haxer says I'm running Caracal Heavy Assault with Condor burning Enforcer missions. Shit. Kill it. You'll be living in a jungle. I'm thinking, yeah, some days people go absolutely buck wild with subs. That's why I'd have to get a bunch. Blue Star, thank you for the gifted sub. 31 in this channel already. I feel like you just started watching me. Yeah, you're like a month and change in. You're already 31 subs deep. Blue Star, I'm prescribing you to enjoy the show. No subs. You're banned. Thank you for the sub, Blue Star. Right after I say that. Not a huge fan of money itself, but I'll be damned if I don't. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was like. I mean, everybody wants the money, but for me, a Nomad Tale is better unmonetized. Black Hole Coffee with the stream streak. Yeah, people don't spam their streaks as much anymore. Who has a big streak? Anybody? Someone show me your big streak. Max says, YouTube has decided that you are my algorithm. Every night I start on a random video, and by the time I wake up to Nomad, no shit. Hey, P9, what up, dude? 55 streams in a row. That's actually disturbing. Dog, I swear to God, like, you know me better than, like, my girlfriend. That's weird. In a good way. Yesterday I saw you in a video going pro legalization. That's hilarious. Can we make you a king or something? Nah, I'm not into that, G. but I'll celebrate good ideas and have solidarity with people that deserve it. You stream at such random times I can't keep up. Technically, this is my official stream time. Technically. I've watched episode 13 like 12 times this month. Oh, that's like the worst episode. Unless you like beefing. If you like beefing, 13's the goated. Amaya, what up? How you doing? Mahoninator says that I'm here. Yeah, you are. Yeah. I can't dodge the Mahoninator. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for showing up to my stream once again. I appreciate every last one of you. Don't worry about the hype trains. I've changed it so they don't pop up when people sneeze. So just ignore this one and we'll go from there. But I appreciate y'all. Dwayne never one to not game things. I told Dwayne on Discord I'm gonna appreciate him more because he's a good chatter, friend of the show. And then I immediately like did something to trigger him intentionally. So I don't feel like I'm just not good at this. Whatever episode you're stalking that roar. This roar. Luke says my YouTube algorithm thinks a Nomad Tale episode 1 is the only thing I want to watch. That's crazy. I'm sorry about that. You can right click and like get rid of my channel if you want. That's so funny. I've never heard this before. I've never heard chatters tell me that like the ants popping up in their thing. But anyway, let me describe what's happening with a Nomad Tale so I can get it off my chest and get some advice from you guys. So here's the deal. YouTube's a weird beast, right? YouTube. Yay. All right, so YouTube's weird, right? So I want to like upload a video to YouTube, okay? Now, normally this is just a thing where you record something and you post it to YouTube and you don't have to think about it. But if you're going to edit something together, like say a montage or maybe an episode of a Nomad Tale, there are literally thousands of cuts in there between music, sound effects, audio, video effects, tracks, all these things converging. So you have to actually manipulate this file, right? So you have to edit it and then you have to like render it, right? So let's just go through this. Edit. Render. Compress. Upload. Re-encode. Live. Now let's just go through this real quick because this is very important if you're waiting for Nomad Tale, what's holding me up. So I made the video, right? I recorded the video, right? Easy. I then edited it down. This took me like, I don't know, a casual 4 months to do. Okay. So now I've been rendering it for the past like week, which is not that bad. Now this is the first part I'm going to talk to you about it. So my idea was for a Nomad Tale 16, instead of rendering one big 3-hour chunk of just data, my goal was to split it up. We talked about this the other stream. I actually had it split up into many segments. And what I did was I rendered each of them individually. So if I had to make changes, I would simply then re-render only that one section and then use FFmpeg, which is, if you don't know what it is a program to stitch them together, right? So this would then stitch them back together. And then we would go over to this step to compress. Okay, so this step was designed to save time, right? Now I need you to understand that when I'm rendering, I'm actually rendering it in 4K, even though it is 1K footage. Why do you do that? Because, we're going to skip ahead a second, because when YouTube decides to re-encode, if it's not 2K or 4K, regardless of how many pixels are in there, it's going to give it an inferior re-encoding experience. Okay, this is just well documented. So you actually have to upload, if you really care about something's fidelity, even if it's 1080p, you have to encode it, you have to render it at a higher resolution, and then YouTube will take that and then do what it wants with it. Okay, so listen, I rendered it at 4K. Takes fucking forever to do these pieces and compress it down and blah, blah, blah. So I finally get it all done and I upload it. Okay, I upload it to YouTube. Doesn't take that long. After you compress it, it goes from like, I don't know, like 900 gigs to like, I don't know, 10 gigs, right? So anyway, you upload it, and then YouTube decides to re-encode it, and then it's live. Okay, I've actually had it live for like 3 days now. It's just obviously like private, so you can't access it. The problem is that YouTube, when it has its own like transcoding means like, you know, between different resolutions instead of re-encoding the whole thing. So it's got like stuff like this, right? You guys all know how YouTube works. What is it, 144p or something like this? YouTube has their own things. Remember, this footage is only 1K. So if you watch it at 2K or 4K, it's still 1K. It's just more pixels on your screen. If you have a monitor that can even support it. It's actually not any better fidelity, right? But the reason we do this is because everything below here also benefits from a better encoder. Now, this is the problem that I have right now. For whatever goddamn reason, okay? I need you to understand what's killing me is that these, like, if you play the video right now, I could just give you the link. Like, it works fine. Beautiful. There's like no issues. The fidelity is great. But if you watch it at 2K or 4K, it literally changes like the video. I'm not talking about like colors or compression or artifacts or anything like that. I'm saying that literally the first 5 seconds of the video, I'm going to draw this to you. So this is like 2K, 4K, 1K. The first like seconds of the video, it goes like a nomad tail. Tail, right? Whatever, it has like a logo. In this, there's no logo. It literally plays like seconds 5 through 7 or whatever instead of 1 to 3 and skips the logo. What the fuck is that? What is that? And I've tried, and here's the thing. I've gone back and I've avoided the stitching and I've single video rendered over. Last night I rendered it in a single block and then compressed that and uploaded it, and it still had this issue. I have replicated this on an Apple iPhone. I have on a Samsung Galaxy, on a Linux PC, on a Linux laptop, on an MacBook Air. Bro. Yeah, no, I appreciate your advice. I'm not even mad, but like, bro, I'm literally at the point now. What's the issue? I can't go back and explain it. Look at what I just drew. I can't re-explain this. But basically, if I was to just cut to the chase, I have the video uploaded and it looks great. But these resolutions have a minor glitch or two to them, and it's driving me insane. This is a massive 3-hour video, right? I'd prefer the fucking logo to show up for people. It's totally watchable and listenable with the high-reso glitches, but I don't want to tell people what they should watch it in. You need to unlock the 2 to 4K DLC. I love that. Oh, you guys are funny. What's up, Savage? 6, 8, or 12 for you? Interesting. 12 was nice. 12 was a fun one. Scary moments in 12. Hype trainer! Thank you, Dwayne. Appreciate you, King. It ended, right? Nice. This man having better writing with a mouse than most people can do with pen and paper, that's hilarious. My writing is really bad on pen and paper. Oh, I skipped 240, my bad. Corporate black box magic. Yeah, I mean, this is essentially what I'm chalking it up to. So it cropped the video. Not quite. It's like when it re-encodes it, there's some issue with like the timestamps of the keyframes. That's my best guess. So you have to add a separate intro scene. Can you add 5 seconds to the start of the video? I mean, I could do whatever I want. Like I could take this easily and add like another block here and try to delay it. But the thing is, it's not just this. It's also at other like, there's like a couple other these like few second glitches where it plays like the next section a little bit ahead. The audio is flawless though. I'm an amateur editor. I barely even watch tutorials. I barely read anything. I literally fumbled my way to this point the whole time. I just click things and things break and work, right? And over the years, I've gotten slightly better at it, but I don't know what the fuck's happening, truthfully. Feel you editing pain worked on some TV shows long ago? Oh, wow, that's got to be so much fun. Well, I guess you're describing it as not fun. First, I had to digitalize from tape in low quality, then redigitalize the final edit in full quality from 50 tapes for color correction in the matter copy. I mean, I guess if I was getting paid professionally, it'd be kind of a fun task, but as a hobby, or even if it was a professional task, it's got to be tedious. MKV or MP4. I've actually changed containers. I've used Move containers or an MPV4 containers. I've used DNX HD. I've also used ProRes. I've literally tried all the things you can think of. Maybe a different container. It's YouTube's compression. Push it to 4 hours and make the logo 1 hour on top of it. So 2K and up at auto crops. Interesting. Can you stop it from making it 2K for? Yeah, there's no way for me to be like, nope, no resolution. You either it uploads from your current resolution down. So if I upload 2K, it'll do 2K down. Now what's crazy about this? Listen to this. This is crazy. And this is something I forgot. Last night I rendered it all in one block, right? One block here. And I rendered it at 1K only. And I uploaded it and there's still issues. At 1K. So I don't know what's going on. I'm using like standardized codecs. ProRes is like an industry standard Apple developed codec. DNX HD is a 1080p. That's what I did last night. Used everywhere for like low quality outputs. When I compress it, I'm using X265, right? So this is using your hardware. And I've reviewed the actual thing that I upload. I've reviewed it and it's intensely correct. There's nothing wrong with the time codes or different resolutions or different players before I upload it. So this re-encode step is doing some absolute nonsensory to your episode. Otherwise you'd have it. Think of when you try to un-HDR and the mapping doesn't always line up right, so you do try re-encoding it down to 1080p, then upscaling the same way Plex transcodes down. I mean, this is actually standard practice, uploading the 4K for even 1K. The fact that it's messing it up, which it is, I don't know why. My video editing knowledge is self-taught and old from years ago, but making time lapses could be a keyframe or something like that issue. Yeah, I mean, once you render it, it should be in that codec. The keyframes should all be in line. There should be no actual issues with it. Now, you could argue that the stitching process could fuck it up, but I even used that as a control and tested it with one block and it was still giving me issues. And the stitching process shouldn't give it a problem, but it might. Should make our own YouTube with hookers and blackjack. I agree. Just upload unedited raw footage at 144p. You mean 2K or 144p? Does the stitching cut a port? No. So FFmpeg uses a command called concat, which if you have the same base containers and codecs, it'll losslessly concatenate them together. You try uploading a small chunk and see if the issue would exist for yeah, it does. Oh wait, hold on. What do you say? Yeah, I don't know. You're saying just upload the intro? I did that once. I uploaded the intro and I want to say there was some issue still. I can't remember now. Now I'm getting lost in the weeds. Have you looked into Handbrake for encoding? So what Handbrake does is it uses FFmpeg, right? I mean, I have Handbrake on here, but once you learn FFmpeg, you don't need it anymore. But for example, when I compressed this one block last night, I used Handbrake just as a control. But pretty much all the software you guys use to encode videos, it all uses this under the hood. Anyway, thank you guys for the trouble shooting. I think what I'm probably about to just do is just release the shit. It works at 1K. Just watch it at 1K. It's like literally such a small thing. I know like a couple issues here. It sounds like it would ruin it, but it doesn't. It just is disappointing. I'm almost done. I'm almost so over it, guys. I have like literally, I've been worrying about this process right here now for over a week, and I'm tired of thinking about it. And it's just like, what am I supposed to do? I've done everything I can do. This helps other content. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you learn something here, that's awesome. I'm just literally venting. I'm just being a little baby. Try to contact support. What? YouTube support? Nah, you're playing. At dawn, we march on YouTube headquarters. My man said contact YouTube support. Tech Priest, I love you, bro, but YouTube does not listen. No, they don't give a fuck about me. I always learn something about your streams. Aw, that's hella kind. Yeah, I mean, I could contact them. I'm laughing not because you're being bad, but because like it's like YouTube and Twitch are pretty self-serve as far as I know. I don't know if I've ever talked to a human before. Have you tried calling the cops? Yo, this man understands how to do the American experience right here. Yo. Encoded in something where like if you want to see what happens. I think I'm literally just about to release it, and if it's a problem, if people in the comments are like I can't watch it for whatever reason, I'll pull it and re-upload it in a couple weeks. I think honestly I could release this now and nobody would have any issues. It's a 1K video. If you watch it at 1K, there's no problem. You know? If you watch it at this and you're not intensely watching it, you won't even notice like the 2 or 3 little video rewinds. It's really not bad. I feel like I'm at my wit's end and I want to focus on my corporation and talk to those guys more, and I want to like do my own stuff, and I'm just like literally I can't get over this hump. I mean, look at this absolute mess. Anyway. We'll notice and point out every single frame. Hell yeah. Angelic with the 25 stream streak. I'd watch it at 144p. That's hilarious. I think I'm going to upload it to Patreon too today. And if it's an issue on YouTube, I'll just point people to Patreon. You can do that for free there. You don't have to actually pay me. Eventually got around to trying the Nomad life. I took an Orca, a couple Tech 3 cruisers, blockade run adventures and stuff into a C3, and someone rolled the hole to my desktop system before I got there. Yo, that sucks. I've had issues like that. Feels bad, man. Be careful with that Orca, yeah? I'm surprised there's not more stores where we can go and have things edited without spending an arm and leg. Could be a good business opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I guess my brain doesn't go there, but you talking about freelance editing or like small shop editing? I mean, it's definitely out there, but editing is very tedious and intensive. I mean, if I was charging for this, I would charge an absurd amount, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I would never charge, right? Fiverr, there you go. Oh, goodness. Thank you for all the help. Thanks for coming by, saying hi. That's where a Nomad Tale is. I think the plan is I'm going to upload it to Patreon when I'm done with the stream, and then I'm going to just release it on both at the same time and find something that works for you. My actual plan is to have torrents running where you can torrent a Nomad Tale too if you want. Like, I'll just host it myself. But I haven't set that up yet. I wanna like archive it all and make sure that I have everything in order. I'd see the shit out of that. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would like to do it as a torrents. How to make money off of shit anymore. There's components and there's life, but like, man, it's just so uninteresting to me. I know it's like actually like crazy ironic given that like it's a Twitch stream, but what happened? Uh-oh. So I said torrent and I got banned. I'm talking about torrenting my own legal intellectual property. I'm allowed to do that, Amazon. What the fuck? That's so rude. Did my YouTube stream drop? Hi. I know if you disconnect for a second, the YouTube stream ends. Oh no, it's still there. Alright. Alright. You dropped? Damn, I'm sorry. How else do you get your Linux ISOs? Now, torrenting is totally legal. It just so happens to be a method of distribution that's not controllable by a centralized body. Yeah, I totally disconnected. Wow. Sorry, guys, gals. Do we lose all our viewers? That's okay. We don't need them all. They'll find something to do today. What do you mean you're sharing your stuff? Are you vegan or something? I'm not cool enough to be vegan. One day, if I ever grow a fucking pair of balls. First time around, I listened to Emmett Tail like a podcast. Yeah, it's pretty good to listen to. There's a few harsh sections, a couple sections without vocals and all that, but it's a pretty good listen, I've heard. It came back. Hi. I'm here. Sorry, I disconnected. That's pretty rude of me. Sphinx juice, what up, Straka? Oi, proper scucks. You better respect my steez. I'm a fucking Kiwi today. Yeah, so unless anybody has like a random solution, they've run into this exact thing and know exactly what it is. I think a lot of us are just guessing, like myself, because it doesn't make sense anymore. I think the plan is to release it on YouTube, put it on Patreon, and then if people have issues with it on YouTube, I will pull it down and I'll repost it, and the views be damned. We'll just repost it when it's good. But I think I could post it now and there's not going to be any issues. I don't know how to fix this in the future, though. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to, like, I don't know. Actually. I'm going to have to, like, learn more about computers because something is happening. If it's YouTube's black box, fine, but, like, good content creators don't have this problem. So I'm going to have to learn what I'm doing wrong. Record at 4K. Got a couple of them extra graphics cards laying around. Brief connection issues, literally unwatchable. Yeah. So there's some lore here. You may have heard me talk about it, Blue Star, but yeah, let's pull up in the visual aid. So just in case anybody's new to the stream, I don't know. It's just fascinating to me how painful this was. But there's a section of time here from like, I don't know. Where is it? Yeah. So from like February 2024 to August 2024, like my internet was unusable. So what happens is like I would want to stream. I'd like to stream. People want to hang out with me or whatever, play games, but I couldn't stream. So the point why I'm bringing this up and showing this is because like now when there's like a little interruption or like some packet loss or disconnect or the power goes out, I'm just like, it's okay. No big deal. Because I went through this period of just pure pain, this year of tears where I just couldn't overcome my packet loss, and it was just devastating emotionally. I'm not even playing. Like if that makes me soft, fine, I'm soft, but I was devastated. No reliable internet, no streaming feels bad, man. The good news is now I have reliable internet and I have a Nomad Tail 16 done and I have lots of cool new things going on. The stream's a lot of fun. Everything's good, but man, internet issues. Ooh. They almost ruined me. The lore goes I had to, besides the vans, the lore goes I had to file a complaint with the Federal Communications Commission. And, you know, I had to have a ton of people come out. It was just an utter nightmare. An issue like that years ago because the neighbor's dog had dug up and chewed on the cable. Took forever to convince them I was having intermittent packet loss. Yeah, I think about 95% of the people that I talked to weren't actually, and this is just going to be a real statement, they weren't educated on the topic enough to even know what packet loss was. Right? And that's not crazy. Like, you don't have to know what packet loss is to do most jobs, but if you're going to work CSR or as a tech for ISP, and you can't describe this to me, it made me very incensed. We don't see any packet loss. It's like, yeah, no worries. What was funny is like I would print out the logs from the Twitch inspector showing all the packet loss for them and try to explain them what it was and what the problem was and like most. So you did call the cops. So what I did, so I'm getting called out for some snitch-like behavior. What I did was I leveraged the power of the people through a regulatory body to make a corporation bend to my will. Okay, Legba, get it right. D Cougars, what up, gangster? How you doing? Woo! So, the whole internet thing is a brutal issue. Trying to get them to take you seriously is brutal. Even if you know what's going on, it's brutal. I had a guy finally come out who was high up and just was like tired of this whole thing and just was like, yeah, man, no worries. He was explaining what the problem was, you know? It's okay to snitch on corporations. Is that gas I smell? What up, Blitz? We have to do the same for your vid. Shit. The problem is there's no regulatory body that tells YouTube shit. So ISPs are somehow still bossed around by a couple regulators. Social media, video hosting, like that shit is the Wild West, bro. The fact that they don't spam CSAM is literally because it loses the money, not because they'd get in trouble. And that's true. Look at fucking X. That's the world we live in, folks. It's just not okay. Anyway, we'll do some gas here. I got Young Blitz in chat. I got Gravy in chat. Couple of them budding court mates. No fart jokes, please. It makes me yak. I'll do my absolute best. I usually don't make fart jokes. I'm a perfect gentleman, is what I am. I'm not gonna stoop down to such insolent juvenile humor. Zikovic says, I was watching from Catch Up Question. Have you changed Gamma for the quad in 4K? And monitors 2.4 and do. How would Gamma affect like a seeking issue? No, the answer is no. I have it. I have not. But that seems irrelevant, but it might not be for all I know. Zikika, thank you for commenting. I will absolutely stoop to juvenile humor. Yeah, you and young Dr. Hex. At this point, Dr. Hex is making fewer dick jokes because I keep encouraging him. Anyway. I set up a bot on my Corp Discord to post Black Ops kills, so when I get back into it here shortly, you guys are going to be spammed by me killing Ishtars all day with a Panther. Not because I'm good, but because, you know, I wish a homie would. Gassy McGas face. See, I don't like this because even though this is like totally innocuous, you know what I mean? There's too many AO people out there that ruin it. My jackdaw is called Coffin Farts. Coffin Farts. That's bannable. Everybody here is banned, just so you're all aware. What do you guys know about Tabasher? Yeah, you must have missed it when I was calling out AO. Logo, what up? They were making like gas jokes, but not the fart kind, the other kind. We have some AO pastas and Anoikas. Damn, dude. Rizadora's here. Uh-oh. I guarantee you Rizadora's about to whip out a caracal and start fragging people. Logo, how are you? You guys know what Tabasher is? Gravy. I think Tabasher is going to be our HQ. Isn't that crazy? Wouldn't hate if we blops an AO. Interesting. So you think this could affect like and like create like a buffering effect? It's so crazy, but I'm not above believing it. I'll look into it. Thank you. Just imagine if Rizio would start running locator agents of her own. I don't know. Rizio's personality is enigmatic. I just view her as mischievous, I think, and delightfully touched by the tism. You know what it is. Glenn is here. What's up, buddy? What kind of shenanigans y'all trying today? I'm about to hop on some Fullerite gas. If you want to tag along, I will get up on that right now. I have just been saying hey to my chat. It's my favorite time of the day. Honestly, it's one of my favorite parts of life is coming on here and saying hi to my chat. If that makes me weird, fine. That's cool. I wouldn't say it's my favorite part. It's way up there though. It's higher than it should be. And I'm not ashamed. Thinking low class for twice the wingspan price. Locator agent? I don't know. That's the problem. Like, people don't get this about Riz's setup is like, to actually use it is extremely annoying and tedious. So the idea is to use it for like selective purposes when it's convenient. Again, I'm not Rizzy. I don't know what the fuck she does with her time, but you get what I'm saying. I've thought about it before. You know, allegedly I may have actually contacted Rizio once about some type of business opportunity in wormhole space. I don't really have any proof of that, but that's what I heard. Sorry for the flashing lights. Let me zoom out. Here we go. There we go. I'm hunting wabbits. All right, let's take some gas here, folks. You know I'm a big gas guzzler. I like Fullerites. I turn them into spaceships, right? We might actually do some of that today. We might actually make a couple of spaceships later if I get bored of the gas. There's 4 ordinary perimeters floating around in the chain. That's too many ordinaries. Techno, what up? Chloro Kitty's taking over low class. Rental Empire coming. Y'all heard it here first. No, I think it'd be fun to hang out in Tavisur and just fuck around on the wormholes. I kind of want to do that. Interesting. Do you do editing? You must do editing. Who'd you get the mercs from when you were doing the eviction? Wait, which eviction? Oh, you mean the business opportunity? Is that what you're talking about? Chief and OTT partner and company? Cool. Well, your advice is a little bit past me, but I'm gonna read into it because I want to know. I want to know everything. I want to make sure every nomad till I learn more. The truth is that this was the first episode I made on Linux, so there were some issues, but I'm not above struggling and learning. In fact, you may hear in the episode, I actually like that shit. While ago, oh, that was Rocket. So Rocket used to go by Rocket Man. She's a wingspan player. That was the merc. Wait. You talking about in? Oh, are you talking about when I got the Hecates and Kikimuras and we all were quad boxing? There's a few times I used some other people in an ant. In one of the episodes, I get 2 buddies to come, and they bring 4 Hecates and 4 Kikimuras, and I used 4 Kikimuras as well. And we're bashing in a wolf riot. If that's what you're talking about, those weren't mercs. Those were pals. One of them was Gordon Clay, the other one's like independent. They still haven't got rid of the asteroid munching noise on gas, guys. How long has it been? Since Catalyst. It's been a long time. Is that not funny, or am I just like easily amused? You've sent a ticket? Yeah, I mean they know, dude. They knew on day one. Is that intended? Chunky gas. You chew your gas? Like, I didn't know we needed a rock tumbler for gas. There's no way to turn it off. I mean, I guess I could mute like atmospheric effects, right? But I kind of want to leave that on. If your gas crunches, you should get that checked out. The gas cut the roof of her mouth. Oh, none of them work? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, sorry. I just assumed you were being lazy. So this noise is just permanently on. That's incredible. What the fuck? That's the best thing I've ever heard. CCP has a sense of humor. You know this is a mistake though. If this was a joke, it would be funny. But it's not, so it is not funny. Are you gonna put the gas in a rock tumbler? How do you even get it so smooth? I don't know, man. I churn it like milk into butter. You guys ever hand churned butter before? I haven't, I'm just asking. I think we have some villager chatters out there that gotta do it on their own. Tech Priest has? Waiting for the autocannons to make pew pew laser sounds? Nah, that's too cool. That's not gonna happen. Let's not get carried away here. We have two chatters that have made butter by hand. Well, Gravy, okay, yeah, you live, you know, there's no humans within 100 miles of you. That makes sense. You can't go to the store for butter. I get it. That makes sense. You gotta churn your own. I get it. I was talking to Gravy on comms using my corp about like rural living or something. He's like, yeah, I grew up and we had a fucking outhouse or something at this one place. I'm like, oh, okay, you win. I did it once. I'm like, I'm never doing it again. You've churned butter. You're churning butter right now. Ew, ick, and or yuck. It was a small batch at a fine dining restaurant. I don't recommend it. Oh, so you were working in food service at a fine dining restaurant. You made a small batch of hand churned butter. Hand dug outhouse, my dude. I churned butter as a kid. There's certainly masturbation jokes here. I'm just not gonna make them because I'm too good for that. I'm the perfect gentleman. Jay Pocket, what up? Nothing wrong with churning a little butter, you know? I mean, I guess the cow, thinks it's probably weird, but that's another story for another time. Swiggy says first. What up, G? What up, slime boy? How you doing? Spooky's a big big fan of the first. I think my camera is biggest in class. When I have it like this, it's like, yeah, all right, well, he clearly thinks highly of himself. It was for a $60 plate, farm to table place. Interesting. Hand churning butter for a $60 plate. So the question is like, will anybody know if you just use non-hand churned butter? What if you use the machine? Is that still farm to table? Listen, I just feel like the business model is bizarre if they're making you hand churned butter, that's all. I don't have any issue with you doing it. I think that's cool. Ever have freshly ground wasabi, not the fake stuff? No, I only prefer green horseradish. I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. Freshly ground wasabi, I have no idea. I feel like I probably have. I feel like I've had enough sushi when I was younger, but maybe not. You got paid $20 an hour there? Yeah, there you go. Did they tip you in any chance in the bag? The only problem with being like a chef or like a line cook is like the whole idea that you have to do cocaine. You know what I mean? It just sucks. You know, so not everybody wants to do it, but you have to. Like, it's regulated, right? You don't want to get fined for not being high on cocaine at work, working kitchen staff. So you just have to just button down and do it. So it's just part of it. Free beers after work. There you go. That's more sane. I don't know why this is coming to mind, but I remember this job I worked. I was like 19, 20. And like the two other dudes I was working with all the time at this place, they would like go and like start drinking beers like an hour before the shift ended in like the break room. And they would go like bring a couple home and drink them on the road home. I'm just like, this is like unwise, fellers. This isn't really smart. Like, both of you have children. It's just what they knew. I don't know. It's just what they knew. What do you mean beers afterward? There you go. I mean, I can't talk. I was probably smoking blunts on my lunch break and shit. I can't judge. But it's just like, alcohol is like pretty easy to get your life ruined over when you drive. So it's just like, what are y'all doing? But you shouldn't smoke and drive either. I'm just saying, I was hypocritical. I mean, I didn't say anything to them. I was young. I didn't really care. It's their fucking life. These are dudes like in their 40s. Coke's a big problem in the industry. Yeah. I'm just teasing, of course. There's all types of clean chefs out there. I'm just teasing. I feel like Adderall would be a better drug for chefs, straight up. You smeege and weege right now? You smeege and weege real hard right now? Bunch of fucking stoners, I swear to God. Stoners are hella banned from my chat. The worst was being a chef. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I could do food service. I was a waiter and a dishwasher. I think that. Oh, and I worked at a Domino's once too. That was the extent of those are my 3 experiences with food service. I was a waiter for like a week. I was a dishwasher for a couple months when I was a teenager, and I worked at a Domino's when I was a teenager. We're all banned at one point today. It's true. Yeah, I didn't have any connection issues. I just banned everybody all at the same time because I heard y'all are talking shit. Someone said it's medication. What, Adderall? Cocaine? I've told this story before, but I have this dude I actually know in real life. Oh, we got probies. Let's go take a little vacation here, actually. Let's wait till these probes. Let's head on down to the Winchester and down a pint and wait for this all to blow over, yeah? It's medication. I had this buddy who, well, I guess I can't really call him a buddy. I knew him for a while, but, he's a dumb fuck. He, got into drugs and shit, blah, 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 but like, he's like doing meth and shit and all this nonsense. I don't hang out with him. I don't talk to him. Want nothing to do with him. Not because of that, but also because of that. But I remember one time I was talking, he showed up at some place I was at, and he was like, he tried to tell me that the reason he does meth is because he can't get Adderall. And I'm like, all right. Is that what we're going with, bro? Like, I'm not like a spring chicken when it comes to like knowing people that have drug problems, That just ain't real. Like, yeah, you might have ADHD, but that's not why you're on meth, champ. I'm eating an apple fritter. Cousin, would you buy it at the grocery store? I need that. Like, what says he wasn't lying? Yeah. But, you know, type of dude that would have just popped the Adderall and then just done the meth anyway. Feel like anyone can get Adderall? Definitely not true. It's definitely, you know, something, you know, you can be prescribed, but there's hesitations from some medical staff to just hand it out, which could be intelligent. I'm not sure. Exactly, Legba. Yeah. He's like, the reason I'm doing meth is because I can't get Adderall. If I could get Adderall, I'd be doing meth and Adderall. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Well done. We got a fucking comedian in chat over here. I'm fucking working here. Interesting. So we're gonna cloak for a little bit, and I'm gonna dive back in there and take a look around. In fact, we'll just take a look around on this guy and see what he's scanning down as we betray all the codes. I was on Adderall for about 10 years, and I helped a lot with ADHD, but I decided to stop due to getting older. Nice. Sounds like a rehabilitation to me. Yuck. The creamer has formed a film at the top. How gross. How disgusting. How unpleasant. Alright, let's watch this person scan down. I did it again because I'm a madman. Apple fritter's pretty good. I prefer the honey cruller. I like a nice pain au chocolat. Sour cream is good. I don't fuck with sour cream, bro. I don't even know why you're talking about sour cream. We're talking about good shit right now. Now you're talking about sour cream? What you mean? Someone said I worked at Pizza Hut for one shift. Dude, working at Domino's was fantastic. It was actually a fantastic job. So I got fired from that job because this other dude that worked there was pissing me off. So I went into the back and I got like 6 balls of pizza dough and I stretched them out and I like put them all over his car. I like put them on like the windshield and like put them in the fucking door handles and like I put it in the tailpipe. I just pizzaed the shit up out of his whip. And like there was a security camera clearly pointed at the fucking car. So like the next day the boss comes in. He was like my age. She's like, yeah. You know, we saw you do that. I'm like, yeah, I know I did that. She's like, you can't work here. I'm like, yeah, I got you. That job was amazing because most of the time it was just me and this other dude called Jay. And I would like buy weed off Jay. And I would like deliver pizzas while he made them. And it was just 2 dudes in a fucking Domino's. And I distinctly remember that like most of the time when, and I was like 17, most of the time when people would call, I would say Tomahawks instead of Domino's. And I never was once called out on it. Ever. Tomahawks, how can I help you? Nobody ever once said, why did you say Tomahawks instead of Domino's? I'm talking hundreds of calls. But yeah, Jay's a cool dude.
Super_skulls says Super Skulls transforms into a human fritter and explodes, covering everyone in sticky awful fritter juice.
Not sure if fat guy thing or a very specific fetish, but either way, alright, fine. I'll allow it. How much you want to bet this dude man is gonna go hit this Sancher site right here? Maybe a bit of both, yeah? If you're wondering why there's probes and why I'm getting disturbed today, well, let me show you. We have a class 4 exit, a class 5 exit, a nullsec static, class 2 exit, a class 5 static, class 6 wandering. So there's like 1,000 wormholes in here. I don't give a fuck. I'm just doing me. If this doesn't work, I got 1,000 things I can do in Eve right now.
Haxerton says getting high on Fullerites for fun.
Oh, doing the Fullerite dance. I should make more coffee, but the problem is I'm gonna get all cracked out on the caffeine. That's not cool. I should make lunch and have another coffee. You need yourself a honey cruller. Combat medic? No, I'm not. I'm never doing another NPSI ever again. I'm banned. I'm just a little baby. I can't have fun with it anymore. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. It sucks. Dwayne says unsub. How many times you unsub today, bro? You're like the boy who cried wolf with this unsub shit. Yo, shit or get off the pot, fam. Walk the gangplank or come back and adhere to the pirate code. What is this? My man gonna love me for me, Dwayne. I don't need you, all right? Can gas over smoke while working? Yeah, you just have to be mindful, right? You want to have like a double, you want to have like a redundant failsafe measure when you smoke in your pod. I mean, you know, if you just had like a normal glass pod and you were smoking in there, you know, it could be an issue. I don't think fullerite is flammable necessarily, but it could create some thermic reaction that would cook everybody there, I'm sure, knowing how chemistry tends to be. But yeah, I'd recommend having just, you know, multiple layers between your bong piece and the fullerite that you're scooping. Personally, unsub squared. You said that last time you stopped doing NPSI? Are you telling me that I said something and then didn't do that thing and changed my mind? I don't believe that. I'm a man of my gosh darn word. Anyway, enough of my tale tonight. Do you guys know what Turner and Thera and Tab are? Most of y'all know what Thera is, right? That was terrible. Y'all know what Thera is, right? It's that wormhole. And I feel like a lot of you now know what Turner is. Eve Scout maps both of these. So Eve Scout actually maps both of these, right? And these are like full of little wormholes that like go all over the place. They're static, so they keep respawning. So there's a distinct difference between these though. First of all, Turner, as far as I know, is just a normal class 789 K-space system. But Thera has its own class. It's class 12, right? I actually don't know what class Turner is, but it's going to be C7 through 9, right? It's not its own class. But what's interesting about these things is that they both have different types of statics. I'm not talking about direction. I'm not talking about like destination. I'm talking about like types of statics. We almost exclusively think of statics as a wormhole that spawns in your system that leads to a random destination with a fixed parameter. So like a C2 static would always spawn in your system, but keep going back to random C2 spaces. It is the case that statics can exist in the other way too. So if this static, if these point outwards, right, it actually is the case that there are reverse statics as well. So in Turner, we have reverse statics. And what these are is they spawn in a random location, but always point back to Turner. It's not random, it's parameter based. So even though effectively they're the same thing, the ones in Turner are going to be K162s, right? Whereas the ones in Thera will have actual names as they poke out. Now there's wanderings, which complicate this as well. See it, Knut, or Nut, sorry. I just wanted to say the K. So this is kind of like irrelevant, but you'll notice this. You'll notice 162s in Turner, right? Now enter tab at 0. This is a newer thing And it's actually the exact same as Turner. Okay. So these actually are reverse statics. And I don't really know which ones Turner are, but for Tabed, these reverse statics are C1 through C4. There's like 4 or 5 of them. So in Tapestry, there's always connections to low-class JSpace, which is kind of interesting. In Turner, I don't know what exactly it is. I can't really, I never really paid attention. In Thera, it's like all over to like high, low, null, low, high class. So anyway, the idea is, if you've never heard about reverse statics, this is what they are. Gameplay-wise, it won't matter, but it explains why they're 162s. And also Tabazir is of interest to me. I think I'm going to have my corp headquarter here. And we'll kind of work together and scan it down every day or two. And see what type of content we can shake up. It's very dynamic. So there's your lesson. You talking about Thera? You should take your corp modes for Rome on stream instead of Rams. I've been lately asking people in corp to come with me. That's kind of the goal, is to eventually take fewer randoms. Not that I don't like randoms, it's just less of a headache without them. You found Tapestry yesterday? I was wondering why there's so many holes. Yeah. It's like a Turner system. Somebody says Thera has some reverse statics in it as well. Got it. The JSpace ones are reverse. Turner is a high sec, low sec, and 3 no sec. Yeah, there you go. Finally did a switch to Linux. Had a day of setting up Eve stuff. Hell yeah. What's up, Ricky? 6 a.m. in New Zealand. Good timing. I just got back home from work. Hell yeah. What do you work? You working that graveyard shift, Steez? That shit's crazy. You guys helping with some UI bugs? Interesting. You're on the Discord, yeah? These probes are still out. This is pretty fucking crazy. It's like, geez, come on, bro. Take your time. All right, I'm just gonna dip down the chain, I guess. Why not? See how serious this person is pretty quickly. What distro and desktop environment did you end up settling on, Neth? Graveyard pays better, but kicks the crap out of your body. Feels bad, man. Bazite, nice. We got a prospect doing some gas called Sup. Yeesh. I guess they saw the J code. Bazite looks good. All right, let's go ahead to VCR for a while. We'll see what that other dude's up to. I feel like this dude named his prospect Sub because he saw me. Had fun because you use Mumble in Kitchen Sink? How's Mumble? Yeah? I'm guessing they don't have a Linux client, huh? I wasn't happy about Mumble. There's no like flat packets of that? That's crazy. Unfortunate. Do you use anything on Linux to sync your Evo reviews or manually get them synced? So I just do it manually. I'm so used to doing it. Honestly, I've been lazy to use a tool, but there's a couple tools. There's a flat pack of EANM, I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Also, we had a member of the community he made Nicotine. He also made Replicator, which is like a Linux specific settings manager if you want to use that. I'm worse with Linux as open source. Yeah. I'm guessing he had some perm issue with Bazai. Oh, Jesus. See if I can get out of here before I die. Got a little too close to the sun there, chat. He's preview manager. Let's get back on this cloud here. A little bit too close to the sun there, chat, and to do a little micro jump drive. Yeesh. Should pull them into a nice orbit now. Switch over to Nubara. Fix the internet. The issues I was having on Mint. Yeah. Yeah, I only talk to people that use CachyOS, so you're all banned. Just kidding. Bliss says, no, I use Cachy, no. I've passed the purity test, my lord. Don't arbitrarily execute me.
Connecting.
What's up, Josh? How you doing? Not AM anymore. Well, I guess if you're West Coast, still I am. Mahoninator followed me. Damn, better late than never, G. Is there a way for me to get that overview using good sir? I don't have it published anywhere. Yeah. I swear I've been asked that question for years now, and I never bothered to publish it. It's because I change it all the time. It's pretty janky. I don't really feel comfortable sharing it. But if you want one like this, I mean, it is as easy as it looks. Jet cans, MTUs, depots, recs, bodies, everything. And then just whatever you want on your D-scan, then put this over here. Yeah, sorry. I'm sub, thought it was the same thing. No, I don't care about subscriptions. Are you kidding me? I only care about followers. That's it. No one-track mind. That's all your boy gives a shite about. So, I guess I could go scoop gas from that site, but I almost want the guy to take it too. My mistake, my lord. You goddamn right. You goddamn. What's going on Eve? Anything cool going on Eve? Like news-wise? Guys, the Catalyst expansion is here. Is this really the top post? Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know if sales or news. Maybe I should get rid of the news thing. Let's just look for patch notes. We're waiting on the glorious wormhole update. It's a total rework. They're going to change everything. So they posted this today. This is an updated patch notes. Multiple pilot training certificate has been retired from the market. Okay. Implemented a small performance improvement for all assets to lower update frequency when the camera is further away. Is that going to fix the shaking? Increased diversity of training tasks for project discovery. Increased impact of submitting a multiple incorrect. They nerfed project discovery. They just nerfed it. Whew. There's a wormhole expansion coming up. Yeah, I think they're just going to make Eve 2 and make it all about wormholes. That's what I heard. Adjusted brightness of Odysseus visual effect at max ship speed. All right. Adjusted and updated our Chinese language localization, including... I think I read that, actually. On older GPUs, FSR usage could lead to a black screen, which has now been addressed. All right, all right. What about freelance jobs for gas? What about this asteroid noise? Project Discovery nerf. I don't know about news, but faction warfare has been fun. I gotta figure out how I can compete with a Tholos when I'm in Navy Desis. Ah. Yeah, so I think if you get him to use the breacher pod on your pod, and then you board the ship, you'll die inside the ship, and then your ship will finish killing him. I think that's what people were doing against Tholoses. Rizzu says, did you see the impeachment news? So next update will be touching holes. Are they impeaching Hilmar? Thank God. Yeah, Josh, I'm kidding, dude. Holy shit, I'm kidding. If you're not in your ship and someone targets your ship, you can't reboard it. I don't know why I'm being an asshole today. He thought I was serious. No, I'm usually so helpful, right? I'm like a good boy. Every once in a while, I give them terrible chat GPT style fucking advice, and they're like, oh, perfect. Because they trust me. You fools. You fools. I'm also tired. It's a lethal combo. Zero excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses.
This is going to be a weird video because typically when I cover a new laptop, I will focus primarily on the hardware. But right now, because Windows, the operating system, is in such a bad state, I think it has an impact on how we should view all of this hardware to begin with. So for years, Windows devices have been chasing Apple's MacBooks. First, it was about build quality.
The video is called Windows is Ruining New Laptops. It's 6 minutes long and I can't help myself.
Windows laptops that were built as well as Apple's MacBooks. But then in 2020, it became about their chip. When Apple dropped the M1 chip, that thing was so much better than anything else in the market.
You're not wrong.
Crazy. People switched operating systems, people switched ecosystems because of that chip. It was so good. Now for Intel,
it's a pretty fucking good chip. And so are its successors.
It was a journey. Ever since then, they've been in the kitchen just cooking, desperately trying to make laptop chips that were competitive in this space. And today, they finally have something that's excellent, like actually excellent. So this is their Core Ultra Series 3, and this thing is so good. For multi-core, we're getting great performance gains over the previous generation at the same energy consumption. If you're doing renders or you're compiling code or doing anything that can just take advantage of all the different cores on a chip, these are really nice. But the biggest gains, like the most impressive thing about these new chips, are the graphics. The new GPUs are built on their Xe3 architecture, and the highest performing version of it is their 12-core GPU, and it really is that 50% improvement in performance that they were claiming. These are so good. I genuinely feel comfortable enough queuing up for a ranked.
Okay. Consider me set up for the fall here. Consider me primed for the punchline.
Match on this device.
What's up, Peter?
Considering these are like thin and light productivity work-focused laptops that are not marketed as gaming devices, to be able to pull this off is amazing. Keep in mind that all of these benchmarks come from their top tier chip, the X9 388H, and if you want that super powerful GPU, it only comes in the chips that have the X in front of it. So there's 3 of them, I think. There's 1 X9 and 2 X7 SKUs. If you do go for any of the non-X chips, those have fewer GPU cores, and so they're not as powerful.
Feels like a paid ad by Intel. Yeah. It's either that or like we're talking about somebody that really wanted competition to the M chips, but it's probably a paid ad that's just not disclosed.
Graphically. Now, if you compare this to other integrated GPUs, these are clearly great performers, but it is not as powerful at the top end as the Strix Halo chips from AMD. But those chips, as nice as they are for one, crazy expensive, but two, are not energy efficient. Those things need a lot of juice to be able to pull off those frame rates. So you get shorter battery life, louder fans, hotter devices, the whole works. Now, the other thing I noticed about the new Intel GPU is that when you reduce the wattage on this chip, it maintains great performance. So once you get to like 20 watts, it already starts to outperform the Strix Halo. At 15 watts, it's even more pronounced. And that's the power profile that a lot of handhelds try to target, like something like the ROG Xbox Ally. These handhelds love that lower wattage, and I feel like Intel knows they have a very good chip, and I would not be surprised if they have some kind of handheld that use some kind of like tweaked version of this chip, because the numbers you're seeing there are just off the laptop. 3D applications also see some decent gains. I'm not going to say that they compete with discrete GPUs.
Bit of a bait and switch here, I'd say. I feel like I've been set up for too long.
Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's not just about hardware, right? The user experience you get from a device like this, a large part of it stems from the software. And right now, Windows 11 is just, it's in a bad space. A lot of it stems from the fact that they're just shoving AI down our throats. The big one is Copilot. It's got its own key. It's in the taskbar. It's in the start menus. It's everywhere. It's in your apps. And everybody who uses a Windows laptop knows.
Consider me bamboozled. Consider me bamboozled, folks. I was hoping that it was going to talk about how it was like overvolting that chip and like making it too hot or something like that. He's just like, oh, Windows is bad. Fuck you. Fuck you, guy. I am in a shitting on Windows mood though, so. I'm down to watch something about it.
There's a reason people get nostalgic for Windows XP. It was simple, it was clean, it got the job done. In other words, it was everything that Windows 11 isn't. With its data harvesting, its inbuilt advertisements, and its bloatware, people are just getting sick of Windows 11 and Microsoft as well, as we lost the functionality and the clean UI.
Dude, that's actually nostalgia right there. Holy shit, with the CRT monitor.
And in exchange, we got useless news and weather tabs along with mandatory AI. Unfortunately, the problems with Windows 11 are just the tip of the iceberg. Microsoft as a whole.
The problem is like I would kind of like videos like this if they focused a little bit more on like the business side of it instead of just like summarizing the things wrong with Windows. Like nobody gives a fuck about that, dude. Like, you're either bothered by it or you're not. You don't need to be told. But I wouldn't mind seeing, like, a video essay on, like, how Windows got here, or how Microsoft got Windows to this point business-wise. Obviously, you could just say AI, but there's way more to it than that. That'd be kind of interesting. I'm going to look for, like, an essay on that. I can't watch these terrible things, though. I'm still on 10. I miss CRTs pressing that DGOS button. Yeah, I was hoping for like a nostalgia and learning from it. Login servers are broken. No, for you, really? Oh no. You're gonna switch to Linux in October? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I think videos that are just like Windows is bad, they could be funny if they were like, yeah, no. You can do that, but you got to make it brief and funny. Otherwise, I want to like hear an actual story for like how it got there. They drive me nuts as they focus on the fluff instead of the details. Yeah, I got the sense of that immediately. I was hoping that the first guy was going to tie together some like hardware mismatch that they've been using, but it was just the normal shit. Clickbaited. Someone says Apple hardware is so good, but I hate their software. Yeah, I don't like anybody's software. You know? I can't think of a company where I'm like, oh, I love their software. You know, maybe a game developer or something like that. But I might like a piece of software from a company. You know? I know what you're saying. But like, I guess if you start to use programs that are built by random people for free, like it changes your perspective on some of that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to use Apple programs for everything. Are you kidding me? I think because people are floating around, we'll switch over and go look at some Tech 3 industry instead. I want to say I'm pretty close to making some ships, but I can't really remember what I had going on. Still got to fill up here though. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how to fix like a nomad tail and make it all work, but I think the strategy will work out of posting it and posting it on Patreon as a backup. But we're gonna have to see. I also wouldn't mind trying to find some type of NPSI within my corp to do as well. I could even explore Tabbitseer today. Just take a look at it again. So it says, all I know is Windows 11 makes me feel old. I used to be able to find my shit, could turn off stuff I really wanted to know. Now I can't even get the Xbox game bar thing to turn off. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely sucks. But it's definitely not a big deal if you use it, you know? Alright, let's change gears a little bit, and I'll play like some Evil and we'll get back into it. I was hoping to like watch something to segue into some Linux talk, but both of those videos were ass, so you just gotta take the L when you get it, right? What's a good NPSI idea? Bank robbing has not been fun. Skyhooking is silly. Roaming a fleet gets you blops pretty quickly. My experience. I guess I could just run like an actual fleet and have people anchor on me, you know? Technically. Need to pick PvE or PvP. Yeah, I'm talking PvP. PSA nullsec routing. Yeah, I think I did that once. I needlejacked with some Vexers and we were like spinning havens. It was kind of funny. It was just really boring. Nobody came to kill us. Pat says, is there a way to get the fights on Thera? Definitely not consistently, but I could goof around there too. Let's look at the Tech 3 industry for a little bit and then we'll mess around with something. Mission blitzing. Tech Priest says I'm going to switch to Linux in October. Why October? It seems arbitrary, yeah? I'm making more coffee too. This creamer tastes good, but it creates a terrible film. It's not an appetizer. Let's make your sport for 10 stops. Ah. Sup, Theodore? How you doing? Let me go rinse out my coffee cup real quick, and then we'll get up to something here. Chit chat about the game and whatnot. Whatnot. Well, my second client's not opening. Hold on. What are you doing, client? Someone said he warned you. I mean, I got on my first client. Logged right in. Dang. Dang. I'll be right back, folks. We'll figure this out. All right, let's see if we can get into this thing. Apparently, we might be able to re-auth this real quick. Let me try to re-auth it. Okay. This is bizarre. Maybe I won't get to play Eve. Who knows? Trying to re-auth now. What's up, Fish? Yeah, I'm trying to log on to some accounts, but there's like some issues with login servers. Bummer. Well, this one character that's online is not very useful, so we'll take him off. Looks like we could probably log and switch around, but we don't want to play that guy anyway, that account anyway. Wow. We'll wait for it to come back. Feels bad, man. Can't play Eve. Local's also bricked, but it's not a big issue for a wormhole. Unless someone's trying to talk to me in local, then it's terrible. That'd be the worst. I'm just going to try to do my best here. If I can't get in, I can't get in. C'est la vie. It's a smaller stream anyway. Which is okay. We like those. Good timing for it,
Connecting.
Geo 130. What up, gangster? Alright, well, I guess we can't play. Pytha theory crafting. Even the login server is waiting for N16, it seems, refuses to work until I can binge it. Yikes. Huh. What are we supposed to do about this? What's up, Plunta? This isn't a very fun stream. Gosh, Chlorokin. We all want our frickin' subscriptions back. We could watch the status page. Is that what you want to watch? Okay. Alright. Watch the status page. Oops. Aw, yeah, buddy. Watching paint dry. I'm making some coffee anyway. Yo, this is some bullshit. I'm so mad right now. Group watch Ant 115. Hey, what's up, Parody? We're not allowed to play fuck is this game? League of Legends? What is this game? Valorant? Eve. Echoes. Frontier online. We're not allowed to play Eve online anymore. Yeah, we're banned, buddy. It's over. It was a good run. Eve Vanguard, that's it. I have Fortune logs in. Yeah, if you want to keep them in. I was done with those characters, so it's kind of useless to me anyway. But if you're logged in, stay logged in. I'm just making a coffee over here. You know what it is. Fixing to figure out how I'm going to handle a Nomad tail. Guess we could just watch it on stream real quick. Why not? You know what I mean? Someone says Frontier works. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind when I continue to not play the game. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is a capsulator supposed to do at a time like this? What's up, Weird Ball? Because it looks like we're not playing this game. Time to play Foxhole. No Mantel app released yet. What do we do, chat? I guess we could play some other game, but that's lame. Nobody wants to watch me do that. Someone says premiere it. Nah, I don't want to watch it with people, especially if it's gonna be glitched. I was just hoping to play a little bit of Eve right now, actually, but apparently it's not meant to be. Kind of left scrambling at this point. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What about Pictionary or whatever it was? Yeah, we could do that. But I don't even know if it's worth killing time if it's not going to be back for a while, you know what I'm saying? And 16 is glitched. Yeah, it's glitched. It's like not that bad, but it should still be watchable. You won't even notice. But if you watch it at like 4K, it's like got a couple of sections that are buffered. Guess the drawing. Just noticed a couple of pings getting deleted after FC's figured out their folks can't log in. That's amazing. Good shit. I guess we'll have to play some RimWorld. Someone says Marbles Gamba. Dude, do you know where you are right now? These ideas are terrible. What's wrong with marbles? Oh, nothing. It's good. It's not my cup of tea. I don't like want to play any other games right now. I'm kind of like in Eve mode. That's the issue. Plus, I don't really stream other games. It's not really the point. Ugh. Let me log in to give you your props. I'll just hang out for a little bit longer, see if it's anything going on. Someone says RimWorld. Make Spooky happy? Yeah, he's not going to show up. Reconvene in an hour if things fix. No worries. Super Tux car. Oof. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ugh. Super Tux car was fun, truthfully. Just give it a few minutes. Give it a few minutes. See what happens. What's up, Manny? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So this is coffee time. Yeah, I've been making coffee. That's why I'm like not worried about it. We're not allowed to get into the game right now. It is strictly forbidden. One of my accounts can log in now. They need other ones. Yeah, I had 1 of 5 log in earlier. Somebody else mentioned it's probably just cached. Hadn't had a chance to refresh. Yeah. Boo. Worst stream NA. We've been banned by the CCP employee who flies an AO. Of course. Someone says you're logged in, yeah. Have you been logged in? Because I was playing earlier, but... Bummer. Alright, well, I guess I'll just stream another day, you know? You just tried and got the same thing? Yeah. I noticed the new Evo type thing on Reddit earlier. Was going to see if it looks legit. Mean no coder at all. Eve Preview Manager? Which one is it? Guess I'll be catching up on homework. The music is down here somewhere. Right here. Rimworld time. Nah, Rimworld would make me mad. Today's just a cursed stream. No worries. So what I'll do is I'll just upload Anta Patreon today as a backup, and then I'll just make it public. And if you guys are listening to this and you're waiting to watch Nomad Tale, watch it at 1K, not 4K. It's the same quality. It's just one's glitched, one isn't. Be my advice. You want a distraction for a little bit? What do you got? Argus overview. Yeah, there's a lot of these things coming out. And I gotta say, most of them are just the person making them for themselves and sharing them and getting carried away with it. Right? Like, I just want to be real here. This looks like a cool tool, right? But let's just dig in here. I'm assuming this person may be on my Discord, but what does professional multi-boxing mean? Like, market speak like this doesn't have a lot of place in a FOSS ecosystem to me. I know it's nitpicky, but it gives me the willies. Also, like, this is weird. This is weird. This looks an awful lot like Eve Preview Manager. Was this... I wonder which came first. And see, they're soliciting ISK and stuff, which is like fine. I can just tell you that you're going to get $1 from this, and you might as well not even bother. That's my opinion. An absolute shitload of documentation here. Wow, this even reads like it was from my repo. What the hell?
Hendelope_Hatake says we are free now, we can log in.
I'm just skeeved out by this. Maybe I'll talk to the guy and be wrong. But like, why is this being... Why do people take a FOSS thing and treat it like it's a product that they're like selling for a company? I feel like this person did a really good job documenting this all, but it reads like a fucking company spamming emojis and talking about their professional product. It looks worse than Eve Preview Manager does. I feel like I'm critical because I'm getting the vibes that this was done for money and it's gonna charge for something in the future. That's the vibe I get straight up. But maybe not. Because AI made the documentation, I don't know about that. It's very possible, but I don't know. You gotta be careful when you say that. Like, this is written by a person. Like, there's no AI in the world that would do this. Right? Just to be clear. But some of this stuff looks pretty sussy. I don't even care about AI. I don't care. I'm just saying, this is still a lot of work. Because this is very obvious AI. You're talking about all the spamming of the emotes? This right here, I mean, this was written by a person. The one thing I read. Isn't the MFT license pretty restrictive too, compared to GPL? I don't. They're both good, depending what you want to do. As far as I know, I'm not a licensed guy though. What's up, PK? How are you, buddy? So this was probably stipulated and fed into the doc creation. I mean, this stuff all looks like AI to me. So you guys suspect this was vibe coded? PK? Many of you use AI to document things? Yeah, I got you. He's also on Reddit with using AIs in like his replies. And there's like typos and shit in here that make me think the guy's weird. I am also a passionate AI hater, don't be wrong. But I'm a little hesitant to call anything I see that looks AI instantly. There's no need to. But yeah, this is probably related. This doesn't have to be AI to suck. I just don't like if you're gonna make a FOSS tool for Linux guys and then kind of sell it like it's a product. I think that's weird. And you see it all the time. I'll give you an example of one that's not like this. And maybe this guy is totally legit, didn't touch any AI, knows what's going on, blah, 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 but doesn't look like it. Look, this is what a repo should look like for a tool like this. The name, the repositories to download for, a feature list, a screenshot, and a usage section, and a build section. This is what any normal FOSS project would look like that's not designed to take your money. Just want to be clear here. Let's look at another one. Maybe you don't believe me. So I'm going to show you one that actually is interesting because it's kind of in the middle, but I'm going to explain why this is still why we don't mind this. Here's a tool with branding, right? And he's recruiting from Eve from the GitHub, but you got to understand, like, this is kind of cringe to me, but this isn't the same thing as like hawking it as like a professional product that like you need to download and all these. It's just weird. So even though this has like a little bit of branding, there's nothing here that goes beyond just delivering a product. This is important to me kind of because, you know, people like are going to try to get these like kind of sort of vibe coded things onto the Discord, and I'm just not going to have it when I dig into it. If this documentation was very clearly AI generated, then I guess I'm confused because there's a lot of very specific things in here that can't possibly be known outside of this exact context. We're talking about specific package names and things within Eve and Evo preview history. it's very likely that you see stuff like this and it was like fleshed out. It has an input and it was fleshed out by AI, which it really isn't a problem. Conway says nothing wrong with an experienced dev using AI coding assistants. In the comments, he said that Claude did the documentation. Oh, he said Claude did the documentation? I didn't read all those other things. What parts were Claude involved with? Checking code, helping documentation. Yeah, Patrick, that's kind of why I almost, I read this and I'm like, well, this is clearly somebody wrote down all this stuff. But it looks like slop. Konami says nothing wrong with an experienced dev using AI coding assistants. Okay. All right. I don't think most people would consider like snippet autofilling and like basic tools as like vibe coding though. Which I think is what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, just the idea that you would say there's nothing wrong with an experienced dev using an AI assistant makes me think that that's what you do. Maybe I'm wrong. But like, sure, there's mad things wrong with that. I mean, yeah, you can do it, but maybe it works for you. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is. This is probably a dev using tools, like he said, make it look a little bit sus. Like this UI is pretty horrible, but it's okay. We're not really too worried about it. But I suppose there's a conversation to be had here. What could possibly be wrong with a developer using something like Cloud to however the fuck you say it, to make a program like this? What could be wrong with that? I mean, you're making a program and sharing it for free. What is the big deal? I think that a couple things stand out to me. First of all, if you are using AI tools to test your program out, maybe that's useful, but I mean, what if you actually made your own tests for this and made your own unit tests and stuff like that, right? That has to be better. Like the point of the AI assistant tools is to make you more efficient in the workplace to make more money, right? You could use the same tools at home to make a better product, but I truly don't think you're going to make a better product off of it. Because it's not going to be started. I mean, I'm inviting to talk about it because this statement is, he's not going to apparently respond, but I'm trying to understand what he's talking about. Because if you're vibe coding shit, I think that that's a fun hobby, but please don't share your vibe coded shit. That's my bottom line. If you are an experienced developer using AI tools to make a program like this and you want to share it with people, that's okay. But you really shouldn't be asking for donos, I think, if you're going to make a FOSS program with AI. That's weird. But that's just me, right? I also think marketing your potentially vibe coded program as like a product is weird. I think everything about this is weird. This can't be like the normal way to do code. I'm sure this is a perfectly nice guy trying to share something cool, but And nobody's forcing me to look at this. Nobody's forcing me to do anything. It might work really well, but you know, I just wonder what this project would have been if he just wrote the code, tested it himself, and wrote the README, you know? I vibe code a little on my own little Arduino projects, but never try to monetize that shit. My experienced coder, I know a little snippet about a few different languages. I'm sorry if I need a tool that does this and I can think of a way to do it. I'm going to vibe code it. Sorry. I wish it wasn't called vibe coding because it's not coding at all. Just asking a robot to do something you never took the time to learn how to do. Yeah. It's like a bunch of different things going on with this conversation. You have the people that work white collar that have to use these tools. They're mandated to use them to increase productivity, and they do. They try to find a way to make it work, reluctantly or willingly. And then you have people that, you know, are really like evangelist style about it, where that just like want to do everything like that. And you have people that are maybe in the middle that like want to use it to make their lives better in their own ways or whatever. But make no mistake, I'm talking specifically about the role that these tools have in the free open source software ecosystem. Right? I'm not talking about, oh, you made a tool. Nobody cares. Like, that's awesome. Like, I seriously hope that it works, and I hope that it's good. But, like, it bothers me. I think that if you are using tools that you can't describe how they worked, it doesn't belong in FOSS. So anyway, I'm not sure how much of that applies to this. We're kind of rambling now, but... Anyway, yeah. Use of generative AI like this is just really unfortunate, is the best way I can put it. Because you have another program that we don't need. We already have so many of these being built. And we have one that's done with extensive AI laundered documentation that makes it almost worthless to me. And then he's soliciting donations. This is antithetical to kind of what I appreciate about Linux, that's all. Hey, we can log back in. You guys told me a while ago. All right, let's log in. Step by step is like a junior dev working under you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of different avenues. At work, it's one thing. A lot of people have to use it and use them. But... And are you allowed to use AI tools for your code? Sure. I just think that it has no place in FOSS, personally. We need to talk to you and getting preview windows working on a tool. Yeah, I mean, I don't use them. If I wanted to get preview windows working, it'd be a nightmare. It would be a completely rebuild. I would just go right to their tools instead. Yeah, this is kind of the deal here. So it's like a little bit of a perverse reaction to like people even using these tools in the first place, but what's up, Dell? How are you, buddy? Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, this just seems like a cope. I don't know why one would say that. I mean, I've given him ample time to respond. He doesn't want to. Fair enough. If you're an experienced dev using AI coding assistants, that's fine, but you're not immune to FOSS scrutiny. What's up, 3 a.m.? How you doing? We are back online. Holy shit. We are live. I want to do like PvP, but it always ends up terrible. What was I going to do? I was going to do indie, wasn't I? Let's check that out. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Yeah, I guess actually I'm tiptoeing around this, but he specifically says AI coding assistance. I don't know why I'm trying to spare your feelings, bro, but an AI coding assistant, I don't care how experienced you are, but that's wacky, bro. That's wacky. Adjusting the new meds and doing well, I think, says Dale. Hell yeah. New meds could be good or bad. I like it when new meds are good. Yeah, the problem with AI is like, you know, I could either just ignore it or I could just explain how I feel, but it's one of those like unlosable conversations. You know, and it's not even funny or fair. I don't come at AI from the angle of like, oh, it's stealing intellectual property. It's not really my concern. I don't really care about that. But I feel like teachers get a lot of flack for this when in reality it should be AI. Those who can do, those who can't use AI. That's kind of like the thing. And is that ableist? I think it would be if there was no way to do the thing, but it's not an actual capability thing. It tends to be laziness. Now, we had a chatter here earlier say, well, I can't make the tools that I need, so I'm going to use AI to do it. Fair enough. But obviously you could make the tools. You just don't know how. It could be really hard though. So it's not really a capability thing. It's just a laziness thing. So I think the problem with vibe coding, especially with Python, is that it's a simple language. It takes 2 weeks. Take 2 weeks to learn how to make a stupid program, then actually learn something in the meantime. Yeah. Yeah, but what do you say to experienced coders that use AI assistants to make their projects still? It's like, I can't fathom someone knowing how to create a program and then just like giving it to an AI assistant and then just like checking their work. I just can't fathom that. It blows my mind. For non-critical stuff, sure, I guess, but like my brain doesn't work like that. There's a fair argument for people with disabilities using AI to help with that. Yeah, well, if there's a disability and a technology in between is something that can help, sure. But of course, you know, we're not talking about that. We're talking about people that, you know, vibe code their little stuffs. The complete AI thing in school is freaking me out. Is it making people dumber as kids are just using AI to do their homework? I probably would have done it. Someone says AI is a mirror. Competent people will get competent results. Incompetent people will get incompetent results. But both results will be completely unprovable and worthless in situations that matter. Is my take. That's not to say you can't work AI and get something that the boss will like, but by damn near definition, generative AI is going to be black box. If you're going to limit the parameters and keep it in a box and like feed it only specific information, fine. But you're dealing with like a machine learning in-house tool at that point, not what we talk about as AI. Have you ever had your DST caught in low sec? No, I don't think I've ever lost one. What samples and sources is the AI model using to proof the code against? Yeah. I would never use anything vibe coded in a lab where stupid VI can cost thousands of damage and measurement equipment. Yeah, but if you want to make like a calculator at home, you can vibe code it. I get it, but there's something very insidious about people not knowing how to do a thing, just clicking a button and that thing being done. There's something really insidious about that, right? Because like they don't have the ability to know what just happened. That's really bad. This is why I talk about learning with AI so bad. It's so bad. Like you can't learn stuff from the output of generative AI, period. Like you can learn how generative AI outputs stuff, but you can't learn stuff. And people are using it for search engines, for education, for coding. It's like, Jesus. Depends where you want to use calculator. That's a good point. Math functions are built into Python. All right, well, that's a weird flex, bro. I feel like a lot of the language have basic mathematics. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. I feel like I deposited a bunch of things here, but I was waiting on one. I also was making some blueprints. Honestly, fuck AI forever and always. And I guess I'm a little tired of like, you know what the problem is with AI? and this is gonna piss people off. I'm just gonna say the problem is like it reminds me of the way like it reminds me of the behavioral responses that like bigots have. And I'm gonna explain it because I'm not saying you're a bigot for liking AI. That's not the point. What I'm saying is that like when you call someone out for some racist ass shit, they try to like walk it back and like apologize and argue intent and shit when they're called out every time because they're embarrassed. Generally, right? Most people don't have the balls to actually be that person, right? Same thing with AI. Like when you start to like say like, no, this is nonsense, you get people that like peel back at it a little bit like, nah, it's nonsense unless you do this. It's like, it really makes you wonder why they're afraid to just say, no, I fucking love AI. I love it. I love it so much. Why are you afraid to like, why do you have to argue and be like, oh no, it's okay if you do this? Oh, I didn't mean that AI. I meant like this thing. It's like, bro, you are dealing with a piece of technology that you tell it to do something and it outputs something that you can't be sure how it did it. That's all you need to know that this isn't good enough. But some people see that and like, oh, I don't have to click a bunch of buttons and learn how Python works. Nice. Why is this a black-white decision, though? Didn't mean to spark the AI combo. No, it's okay. Konami got me going. Same discussion as with AI art, just from the perspective of technology. I mean, I think there's like some differences between artistic expression being like commodified, amalgamized, consumed by Gen AI and a skill that is essentially being supplanted by this black box that can't possibly generate something that is reliable definitionally. I think the whole idea of, like, I already told you, I'm biased. I don't even care about IP. Like, art getting stolen, it's like, well, that sucks. But I don't really care so much personally. That's not what bothers me about Gen AI. It's that if you're going to learn how something works and sit next to somebody that doesn't know how it works but use AI, it's like, that person thinks they're, like, they know this. It's just weird. It's a weird quasi-reality when you talk to people that use these tools, like, authentically instead of reluctantly. Working as a skill, your code is an expression of art. Yeah, no doubt. You gotta understand, like, I'm just a random guy. I just think that there's no way generative AI can be construed as learning, can be construed as reliable, can be construed as anything other than a novelty. That's my take. Call me a Luddite. See a parody. He's like, now that I've sparked this conversation. Someone said AI is bad, but it's exceptionally useful. There are some things that these technologies can assist with, sure. I guess the argument is, who is AI useful for? Is it the working class? You guys getting paid more to operate your AIs at work? Does it benefit the capitalist class? The people that pay wages to employees and have ownership stakes in corporations? Or does it benefit the faceless corporations that loom over us? It's an incredible tool, just not for learning things. It hallucinates regularly. Yeah, and I guess my pedantry only goes so far as to say, like, I just don't think it's a tool. I just don't think it's a tool. Your boss might make more money with it, and maybe you can generate more furry art with it, and, like, you know, maybe it'll write your documentation for you, but all that shit sucks. All of it. Just because you sold your product doesn't mean that what you sold was good. Just because you auto-completed some code or, like, got a snippet doesn't mean that Gen AI had anything to do with that. It's like you're taking crazy pills sometimes when you think about this shit. Why can't we just call it the toy that it is? Why do we have to pretend like this is good? Like this is helping people? All this is doing is furthering wealth inequality. It's like all technological advances under capitalism. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is just one of these days, you know? Or we're just gonna have this political banter. Fair enough. See, my big goal is to have these conversations, but be like nicer to people I disagree with. So I'm gonna start practicing that now. Because normally I'll just snap at people for no reason, even if their takes are shitty. They shouldn't be yelled at. Sarastic says Gemini can be integrated into your Linux distro. Asking it to install an app, it knows multiple ways, and depending on what way it does, it determines how hard it is to remove if it messes up sometime. What the fuck? Okay, Gemini has never been installed into a Linux distro. All right, maybe once. That's crazy. You're saying AI isn't there yet? I don't think it should be. Fair enough. I'm just laughing at the idea of putting Gemini on. Oh, that's awesome. One good use is parsing, organizing large swaths of data. Wouldn't a specialized algorithm be better for that? Tech priest? Yeah, yeah. Well, so sometimes I get really like rude to people, sadly. I'm trying to like fight against that. What's that? So even if I think it's like bad or whatever, you know? Someone says you've been using AI the hard way. Use this instead. It's a video. 33 minutes long. Are you talking about using AI in CLI? I'm sorry. I'm about to get a little bit more real with some people here. Obviously, my goal is to be respectful, but I used AI the other day to help build some complicated spreadsheet query. Someone says, I think AI makes people dumber because they rely on it too heavily instead of thinking, more of a detriment to society. Yeah. D-bars. He says, just in time for a crash out? Nah, the AI banter can't be construed as crash outs. Because I'm objectively right. The crash outs are PvP D-bars. Okay. So let's get real here for a second. In fact, let me crack a window. This is hot. All right. How y'all doing today? We're talking about AI right now, for whatever reason, okay? Are my takes right? No, absolutely not. Of course not. But they're mine. Now, let me just start off and I'll say this. I think that AI is like cool as shit. Gen AI is cool as shit. Very interesting. Very, very cool. But the reason why so many people clash with me on this from the chat is because like I'm actually not, I don't think the way you guys think. I'm not better. I'm not worse. I'm not superior, inferior. I just don't think the same way you guys think. Okay, I'm gonna make this really explicit. Virtually every single thing that I've read here from anybody talking about pros and cons of AI, virtually every single thing that I've read is within the scope of capitalism. It's about how to make more money or to do a task faster, ostensibly to gain money. None of it has been about how to make something better, how to make something useful, how to make something real and understandable. Every single comment is about how can we break down the monotony of capitalism to make boss man more money. Now, I know some of you use AI at home, okay? That's a toy. You're allowed to do whatever you want. Now, if you take your toy and you make code and you put it in front of me and you try to pass it off as FOSS and you solicit donations, I'm going to call your vibe-coded nonsense the absolute useless slop that it is. I can't troubleshoot that. Go fuck yourself. Don't ask for donations. Get it out of here. It's not FOSS. That's my opinion. Okay? But if you decide to think about AI from a perspective that doesn't involve making your boss more money, it's little more than a neat toy. And this is how I've always seen this from the start. Right? You got to understand. I don't expect you to think I'm right on this. I expect you to keep using the things and to keep doing it. But I just want you to remember, whenever you're justifying AI, whenever you're talking about what it can do, what it can't do, what it's good for, what it's not good for, whenever you're trying to round that square, whenever you're trying to do that, understand that you are serving the interests of the people that exploit you almost innately. So for me, it's a little emotional, I guess. I'm just, hormonal guy, right? That's what it is. It's like I see people that don't realize that this toy that should be a fun novelty among the people is being used specifically against them. And they're the ones using it. And they're the ones defending it and justifying why it's useful to, for example, this chatter says AI isn't reliable for most purposes, but if you understand its limitations, it can be a big enabler for scrappy people who are self-starters, small businesses, and don't have the resources to hire a team. My friend, if you're using AI for your business instead of paying employees, I can't imagine what the fuck you're selling. I can't fathom what it is that you're doing. Why would you not want people to manage your team instead of agentic AI that's literally going to ruin everything for you in a matter of a year or less? AI is a tool, like a hammer or shovel, whereas your take correct, AI could be used for more. Sure. And I always like to remind people, who did the combine benefit? You guys know what a combine is on a tractor? It's a tool that basically harvests fields. Who did it benefit? Did it benefit people? There's more food? Sure. Right? But like all technology, look at who uses combines now. You have your occasional family farmer. 99% of combine use in America is by like the same two companies. Okay? I'm just making it very clear. Someone said it enhances your security cameras. That's nice. Well, I mean, predicative AI and like frame gen AI and all that stuff is a little bit different from the gen AI I'm kind of talking about, but sure. I use it as a toy, basically agree. That's what I'm trying to say. We probably do agree. So if you're not offended right now and you're kind of nodding along, like chances are like we can get along. But I'm not going to sit here and ever let people kind of lead my chat into thinking that AI is being used for anything other than to hurt the working class and that it's anything other than a toy. Those are my two takes. Can I be swayed? Yes. Will I be swayed by random Twitch chats? Probably not, but maybe. I'm starting a business with zero capital, literally starting from nothing. I can't hire people with AI. I can punch way above my weight and compete with incumbents. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I just think that that's ridiculous. I mean, what AI has largely been used for is to slim down workforces. That's the number one use in the world, is to slim down workforces, to get rid of your help desk, to get rid of your customer service, to get rid of returns, and to do it all generatively AI'd. Okay? That's like the number one use. Everything else has been second to that. No matter what you say about coding, that's the main actual material change in the world that's come as from generative AI. Is that good? That like your aunt or whatever can't like do her job anymore because like she just did that. Like it just seems strange that something that we love and like we think is productive is being used to make it even harder to live as low and middle class, or as educated people would say, the working class. Yeah. So I guess, you know, crashing out, sure. But if you want to talk about AI in my chat and not have me like spin off, talk about it as a toy. And I'm probably going to giggle along with you. But don't tell me that it's good. Don't tell me that you made a project with it and you want to share it with me. I don't want to see it. That's how little I have regard for your AI coding. I suck at coding, but I actually make stuff. That doesn't make me anything other than somebody that enjoys what I do. So anyway, I'm probably going to have to talk about AI for the next 5 to 10 years on my stream. But I'm going to get better and better and better at pointing to the topic, to the idea of, you're not going to convince me that this is good for us. It's just a toy, and all the productivity you allowed is working against you. Anyway, we can still be friends though. Just understand that I'm not a capitalist. So when you have this baseline perspective of like, this is good because it makes money, I can't agree with you, and I'm sorry if that means we can't be friends. Anyway, let's look at our indie, yeah? Ooh, nice. We can make ships. Yo, we can make shipperinos. Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm nervous. Wait, where are, oh, here they are. So do I have one of each? Ooh, I have one of each. Ooh, shit, girl. You gotta be shipping me. I don't agree that using AI makes me a capitalist. No, using AI doesn't make you a capitalist. No. Master Flinton, what's up, buddy? Can we put a chat in only mode for about 15 minutes? Nah, it's okay. I think I did a good job of being nice, but also standing up for my own perspective. And by the way, my rant, that's just one guy. If you're like, if you totally don't agree with me, that's okay. Seriously. I'm a diehard capitalist, been called a bootlicker multiple times. Oh shit. I can agree it's only for reducing workforce. Well, there you go. Shit. Well, there you go. Confirmed. Don't lick too many boots. That sounds gross. Ew. Yuck. Yuccarino. All right. So anyway, if you use AI, I still love you. Just realize that I want you to make more money and I want you to live a good life. And I feel like the way that we're implementing AI and the way that you're talking about it, it actually makes it worse. So I want nothing but the best for you guys. Someone wanted me to watch a video. I'm too distracted. All right, let's punch this into the hybrid calculator over here and see what we got going on. So I wanted to make 20 of each strategic cruiser, and it looks like we can do that right now. Should we do it? What type of augs do you like? So I use 3 types. Attainment, parity, symmetry. And I think I've been using them based on the tier of the blueprint. So like the intact ones, I would use the attainments. We get worse products and worse employments. What's not to love? Fonger. I mean, all right, I'll shut up now. But yes, exactly. I made AI to make a birthday song for a friend of mine. The head of my division made us listen to an AI song for our last meeting and made me die inside. Yeah. I'll work on being less shitty when AI is brought up, chat. But, you know, just understand it's really hard for me. I'm a big titty baby. Then you say AI and I just spiral, so. Anyway. Hopefully I didn't lose any friends there. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. It's okay. So we're making strategic cruisers and tactical destroyers and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys remember in the past, I've made thousands. I've made like 9,000. I've sold like 9,000 subsystems. So I've been doing this for a hot minute. You can watch me do it in a Nomad Tale. But now I'm pretty much just gonna make these for like my corp mates, I guess, and I'll make some to sell randomly, kind of deal, something like that. But I've been doing this now for a while to the point where I kind of know how it all works. There's some stuff that still eludes me, like, you know, some of the taxes don't quite make sense to me. I think I get it now, but it's still weird. I was looking at the blueprints to make this stuff, and yeah, I almost was tempted to like mine some ice so I can get my own fuel blocks and like shit like that. It's tempting. Where do you get the gold loot from? Is that like sleepers in wormhole? Yeah, so these are these would be ancient relics, and they come from relic sites in wormhole space. The ones that have the rats in it, they guard cans full of these. They also come from silent battlegrounds, which is a rare shattered only site. And I want to say maybe they can spawn in sleeper caches. I'm not sure about that though. Episode 17, a Nomad Tale with AI in it. Do you guys see that person that came into my Discord the other day? Dude, this was so funny. Hold on. This person comes to my Discord and says, hi, I've been playing Eve for a year now, and today's my 1 year birthday. And I'm like, oh, okay. Welcome. And she's like, can't wait for more of your Norman's Tale. Norman's Tale. And someone on my other Discord posted a meme about it. We have Clark in a home. Norman's Tale. Dude, that's amazing. Autocorrect did that girl dirty, bro. Oof. Feels bad. Ice mining for Berlin? Really? I feel like ice mining could be a viable alternative once every while when I stream, just to hang out and chat, because apparently it's pretty easy. And I do need fuel occasionally. Hope you didn't use AI to make that. Yeah, my bad, my bad. A spider guitar, that's cool. I build electric guitars for hobby styling, no doubt. I can't do electrics, they hurt my hand. I've been a baby like that ever since I was a teenager. Still got this one. I told my chat I'll play it if they get 1 million channel points on Twitch. Norman's Tale should be the name for the outtakes. That's awesome. I'll probably post a couple of deleted scenes on Patreon for everybody to watch. 3 people can watch too. Let's make some of these damn ships. Yeah, what do you guys want to make? Let's make legions. Wow, 11 days for that? 11 days. That's so many days. Glenn says took some time, but I was here. What's up? What's up? To my first gas site? Oh yeah, I saw that picture. That was cute. I think I reacted to it too. Someone said Loki. You want me to make one Loki real quick for you? And then the rest? I think, what's his name needs a Proteus. I'll hook him up with a new Proteus. Dank Gravy needs a new one. We'll make him a prot. So, wow, this is going to take a while. Look at these timers. Gravy says, yeah, I got one going here. So I'll probably, I don't have it set up, but yeah, so one of the things I'm looking to do, we have some core mates here. I have like a to-do list. I'm going to set it up so that core mates can buy these off of me. I'll have like a stock for them, buy them at like Jitta price or whatever the fuck it is. You just got into Tango and Proteus. They're fun to fly. Fuck yeah. Strategic cruisers are like my love. They're too good, man. They're too good. They need a nerf. Bought a Loki as a meme 8 years ago. Still have it. Can you make me a Tengu for free? I thought I was getting it at cost minus 5% discount. I forget what we agreed upon. But whatever it was, I renege him instantly. Whatever I agreed to, I immediately disagreed to now. So real quick, so this system, tab, we were talking about it earlier, and what it is has a bunch of reverse statics in it. I think this is where I'm going to headquarter my corp at. I was talking about it earlier. Now, the problem is there's no building here with clones except for a free port, so might just use the free port. There's a building, but it has no clone bay in it. What's the point of a station without a clone bay? I think that's the dumbest thing ever. Like, you had one job, put a hospital in there, for fuck's sake. But you know what's interesting about this system is, if you look at these fucking, these signatures, or these anomalies spawn really far away. Look at that. Look at that. You ever seen anything like that? Those are like missions, but like clusters of them. But let's, do a little lazy delete here. See what we got. Look. Woof. Woof. Sheesh. DKY is gone. EBN is gone. Everything's gone. Oh, I had it set to 5 seconds instead. FYB. This place is going to cycle a lot. This is a really interesting place. I think this is going to be really fun to hang out with people. My vision is to take Tabasir and then have like a few people in my corp where we can just hang out and scan it down and like look for things through the holes. People to gang, people to fight, things to like steal. I think it could potentially be interesting as long as you have like cheap ships to fight with. Figure like a flycatcher or some DPS would probably catch some randos. Clone Bay needs structure station rig. Yeah, but here? These? I'm saying all these should have a clone bay. What's up, Estonia? Blitz is looking forward to that. Yeah, I figure that'll be like our baseline activity. Also, getting stuff here could be something you can help with, Blitz. I know you're always trying to help with logistics. I mean, it's really close to heck. Now, to get the Jitty, you got to go through Rancer, so I don't recommend doing that, but... I also don't know who owns this. They could ban us at any time, so we might have to live out of that thing instead and go next door for the clone bay. Did you post the tanky Astero? Yeah, it should be on, it's in the description of my video. Also, it is on Eve Workbench. Let me find it for you real quick. At a glance, ghost site. Calm down, buddy. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Look at this take. Look at this take. Beware says coders hate AI because regular folk can now write full stack apps intruding in their space. Bro, that is some low effort bait. I'm not even mad at you. That was just pathetic. Yeah, because that's what I just ranted about for half an hour. Regular people coding full stack apps. That's the problem I have with it. Sit down, little bro. What is wrong with you? Do you know who I am, bro? I will talk about this for hours. I will put you on my clip channel that gets no viewers. You're gonna have to live that one down, young man. Fuck out of here. Live in a system that's the closest clone bay is next door, yeah? Oh, I see. So you set your home station to this one and keep your clones next door? That's smart. Oh yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Well, what I didn't even think about headquartering here and setting respawn here. And then just using this to only store clones. That's smart. You got a big brain, asterisk. Or asterisk. Yo, he deleted his message out of shame. Holy fuck. That's... Yo, he deleted it. He deleted the message. Woo! That's shameful, bro. What the hell? Yo, I didn't even like kick him. He just like heard my roast and just deleted the shit. Emotional damage. Yeah, I mean, I can't throw a stone. I mean, I get hella emotional on the stream. But like he was trying to troll me, but he just deleted it out of shame. That's a critical failure. The influencing the argument is our brain is also a black box. Fair. That almost sounds more philosophy. But hey, you know what? I'll give it to you. The brain is a bit of a black box. You're right, Techie. You're right. I don't think that takes away from the argument, but I'll give you that. Real weak spine to no stand on business. Yeah, that's true. That was my whole point earlier, Tupac. I'm like, why don't these AI dudes that really love it like stand on it? Why don't racists stand on their shit? Because they're embarrassed. That's why. It's weird. Anyway, I'm going to scan the system out. I think I'm going to explore this with you guys real quick. Hang on stream. I am quite curious to know what's going on in here. Obviously, it's a lot of scanning. I think tracking's not working on Wanderer properly right now for me, which is annoying, but it's no big deal. But I think it would be interesting. I already saw gas. I saw relics. There's special combat sites here, right? 3 to 5 players. These sites out here, these things, these are like actually doable. I don't know if they pay well or not, but I'd love to try it just to see what the fuck it is. Or and if not, try it. I'd love to gank the people in there. That'd be interesting. Gotta make sure in Wanderer that you have the map set up for tracking the specific character. But $1 for every racist joke me and my friends made, I'd get mugged by a group of black guys. Shout out to my black kings out there. Fuck that piece of shit. Alright, let's scan this down real quick. I just sad I read it. I should have stopped reading it. Scotty says, saw that one coming. I mean, come on, bro. What's up, Scotty? When the hell did you get in here? Hey, I see you. You said, isn't that what happened to Wally? Okay. Alright. Alright. You got me there, sir. Ignore results. All right, let's scan this stuff down real quick. We'll plug it in Vonda real quick. Jack's skills are not perfect. This is going to take me a while. Don't laugh. Actually, you can laugh. I'll allow it. Right at the end of your rant, the AI rant. Yeah. My goal with the AI rant was to do it, but not like single anybody out or make anybody like, you know, want to leave. I think I did a good job. I'm proud of myself. Like I had to do it though. I had to get my thoughts out there. Blitz says you got to make the map tracking specific. I want to say I had it set up properly, but chances are I didn't, Blitz. So maybe you can help me with that later, yeah?
Spooky_diplomat says fine. I'll use my 1 TTS today to laugh at your scanning skills. Ha 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 ha.
I'm not in.
Flex arm emoji.
I don't. My heart's not in it, but there you go. Jeez Louise. Look, we got a cap security thing here. Holy smokes. I think it's sorry, I can't talk. I also think it's fun to what's the phrase? Scan with like the core mates. The amount of times the girlfriend asked if good fights asked if I wanted to post signoms. Wait, what? That makes no sense to me. I better read that one again. He's talking about Good Fight Company or who's GF? Your girlfriend's talking about the spawns? Galaxy Finder. Okay, I'm like, what the fuck is this context? That's awesome. All right, my bad. I'm stupid. That one's on me. I'm taking the coconut cream pie to the face. I read it as girlfriend too, yeah. Good fight, girlfriend, get fucked, Galaxy Finder. I mean, Jesus. This acronym's going overtime. What do we got here? It's lower null. A wandering. This goes to like Iridia or some shit. What is it? It's YKB. Let's go over here now. Spooky laughed at my scanning skills, so, you know. It's over. Why would your girlfriend ask about your anomaly? Yeah, dude, seriously, I'm like, my girlfriend tries to take an interest in shit I do, but like anything Eve related, forget about it. There's just no way it's gonna hold her attention. And I don't blame her at all. The Eve jargon is absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's not okay. Is this high? Nice. ETF. Alcohol, tobacco, firearms leads to high sec. Fantastico. Let's check out this one over here. We're Norman's tail streamer. Oh, are you the Sphinx in my corp? Oh shit. What up, G? Yeah, I'm fixing to post the Nomad Tail when I'm done streaming after I upload it to Patreon. This one fucked with me too because of the skybox. Eve is my girlfriend, says Tupac. Thought that was Jada Pinkett. No. Oh, we got a Pocky hole. Look how popping this place is. We got a EOL Pocky hole. What is it? ROT? RDT? Where else can we go? Let's go here. Ruined Angel Excavation. There's so much stuff to scan every day. It'd be perfect for a few guys to do it and just see what we can get. Hello and welcome back to A Norman's Tale. What's special about this system? It was like a year ago. I don't remember when. It's pretty much the same deal as Turner. It's got a bunch of reverse statics in it. So you can have wormholes here all day long. Nobody maps it because it's just not that popular. It's out of the way. But there are people here that farm it, I've noticed. I think Hard Knocks is here as well doing stuff with it, but it's probably just a few dudes. So there'd be room for a few newbies to hang out, you know? Yeah, somebody told me in DMs to go check it out, and I knew it had statics. I didn't realize it was just like a Turner kind of style. I didn't realize quite what it was. It was a low wandering, yeah. We're just mapping it for fun, hanging out on stream. Let me update the title. I love daily scanning and mapping. I get a little obsessed finishing it. Yeah, I mean, shit. If there's something you could... Honestly, Blitz, you might like Tab. Because I feel like there's infinite small money opportunities through these wormholes. Just saying. Miss being in J space for that very reason. Need to find another farm hole. Join a group. No, he's in my corp. But we kind of do like our own things in J space, and he got kind of chased out of his last one for the context. So he's eager to get back out there. Did I miss any of these? Yeah, here we go. Very good, very good. I hate when I get on nothing's been scanned. There are two types of people, equal yet distinct types of people. Those who scan and those who are scanned for. Tupac, not a fan of doing his own scanning. I'm starting to think these low wanderings are actually statics as well. They were here yesterday. So I think these wanderings are probably going to be statics. See if we can do this without shitting the bed. Definitely didn't delete the bookmarks. That's why there's so many. Let me just go through and delete them first. I don't use this mapper anymore, even though it's a great mapper. I use my own hipster version. Pab is here, PHP, PKI. This is gone. RTH is still here. SH is gone. What else? TCM is a fucking anomaly. UBA is an anomaly. U is gone. VD is gone. VF is here. WX is gone. Everything here is gone. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Now let's start filling this in. ILG is a one wandering. We'll find this. Thank you. And then MOJ is, what was it? Low wandering. So this is going to be one of these. PHP is another low wandering. One of these. PKI, low wandering. Yeah, these low wanderings have to be statics, obviously. So there's a few low class statics, and then a couple of low psych statics. Interesting. I want to go through the other side and see what they are. What is this? RDT. Did I delete RDT? Son of a bitch. Deleted the wrong one. Low wandering. Let me scan those last two that I missed. Loading up some Eve, I think? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Basically, I'm not going to do anything with this. I'm just doing this for fun. We might poke through a wormhole and look at it. Reverse statics are weird because they just show up as exits, right? Okay, so this was this one. So RFT was Puckfin wandering. Got it. Got it. It's also not RFT, it's RDT. Got it. End of life as well. Beautiful. And then TSO is the last one we didn't check. Cool. So you can go small location. If you open the locations window, there's a button here. It's very small. It's called open a new window. This is what gets the smaller pop out. And then once you get in here, turn off the filters to make it even smaller. This is a nullsec, yeah. TSO. Okay. So now we have an idea of where all this stuff goes, yeah? So the question is, do we want to see what's on the other side? Why not? Fuck it. Let's just have some fun. Let's just look at Tapestry together. I mean, this is not OPSEC. There's mad people here. People know what it is. I think we'll just goof off. Let's just go through these wormholes and kind of just see what Tapestry looks like together. Sounds like a fun use of our time. So we're going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 9 wormholes, and we're just going to kind of mark off where they are. Hopefully tracking is enabled. Blitz said go into the map settings and make sure Jack is tracked. Should be a checkbox you need to enable. Yeah, so obviously I've used this a fair amount, but in here, there's no tracking ability on the map itself. Yeah. It looks like it's tracking me because it's saying that I'm in here and in a stereo, right? So let's just see if I go through. What's really fantastic about Turner and Tabaster is it's low sec, so you can't get bubbled. It's crazy. Okay, yeah, it's working now. Beautiful. So this goes to Garam, and then we basically go up arrow, put in Tabaster. We don't really need too many books on it, so we can just use one folder. Easy. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do this, and I'll show you the map when we're all done. Take like, I don't know, 10 minutes to bounce around and goof off. This is just for pure curiosity. I think this might be a class 2, not a 1. I didn't really look at it. I just threw a number in there. Bro maps with tree. Yeah, it's a 2. It just was confusing because of the color. Does 2 exit, not a 1. Beautiful. So this goes to a class 2 with a 1 and a high sec static in it. There's a rider root and a Athenor in it. Beautiful. Who owns these? Oops. Who are ya? Northern Crux Limited Liability Corporation. Right there. Right there. Beautiful. And I guess instead of making you wait for the end, just kind of show you what I'm doing. I'm linking them visually, right? We're going to have a nice pretty map and show you what Tabushir looks like today. This changes every day, by the way. These wormholes are going to be 24 hours generally, or less. Let's go through some of these wandering wormholes. I get the strangest feeling that these are actually statics, and that this has reverse and normal statics. But I could be wrong. I'm not really doing science right now, but I can't help myself a little bit, I guess. So this obviously goes to like Heimatar, Metropolis. Should be pretty close to where we are now. Yeah. Oh, Molten Heath, okay. This is on the other side. This is so funny. We're so close. So what's interesting is that this is highly connected to Losec. Even more than Turner, it looks like. So like if you can find content in Losec, this is like a great way to do it nomadically in a sense. My idea is if you like doing like dead sites looking for gas to mine, you could do it through these wormholes and do it with variety and dynamicism. I can't say the word. Dynamic. Interesting. I would love this as a base thing to do for the Corp too. I don't know how aggressive people are here. I'm assuming they can be aggressive, but it's low sec. Like if you get caught, it's kind of a you issue in my opinion. So Erla, this goes to Jitta. I mean, we've got to be awfully close to Jitta right now, huh? 7 jumps from Jitta here. Look at that. Easy. Dynamically. I'll dynamic your Lee. Thank you for joining me today, everybody. Sometimes I get into arguments on stream. I think today was pretty good, though. I think we all said what we needed to say, except that one guy. Fuck that one guy. What's not surprising is that people say, like, racist jokes. What is surprising is that they say them on my stream. If they're comfortable saying that on my stream, imagine what they're like in private. My woke ass stream and they're still dropping it. I like discussions as long as they're civil constructive. Well, yeah, I'd say a lot of my conversations aren't very civil or constructive actually. This one was good though. This one was good. I got my point across. I feel like I was, you know. Oh, the wormhole died. Wait, did it? Oh no, it didn't die. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, what, did the server die? What's going on? Oh, I have distance back. Dude, the overview is fucked. I have an invisible wormhole and... What is happening? What is your favorite color? What is the unladen weight of an African swallow? Bioshare, so derelict. I mean, I like this so much. This is so cool. This is definitely what we're gonna do. Court maze might as well already start putting your character like a clone here. I bet you this is gonna be so much more pleasant to hang out. This goes to Pokfin. I'm gonna skip that one. It's gonna be so much more pleasant to hang out here than it is in UW9. Imagine if Klaus behind you. We can actually see it. It's not going to. I sub for the arguments. The Eve is a bonus. Damn, dude. I guess I am arguing Andy over here. I feel like I've lost arguments before on stream. The one we had about input broadcasting, I'm pretty sure I lost that one. In my opinion. This is end of life as well. It's got over an hour left though. Let's go inside. Class 6. Normally there'd be some concern doing this in Astero because you could always get double bubbled. But the idea is once half of these is always low sec and the Astero is immune in low sec, so we're not really concerned. Pretty classic skybox there, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, oh, right. Beautiful. Class 4 static in here. Cool, cool. Can't state how awesome the added info for wormhole is. Less than 4, less than 1, for real. Yeah, I mean, obviously 4 was there, but the 1 is just game changing. Oh, you're saying changing from EOL to 4? Got it, yeah. So there's no ambiguity on holes that have... Yeah, got it. That's a good change, I agree. Looks like we have 2 more wormholes left to check out. What's up, Steve? How you doing, buddy? Sorry, I wasn't looking at YouTube chat. You always get that one guy? Yeah, sometimes I am that one guy, though, you know? That's the point. You gotta be hyper aware of the fact that I am not right just for being the streamer, and I have the mic, which makes it easier to argue. Going through a nullsec, wondering right now? Possibly static. Impasse. Hey, what's up, Dwayne? You know this place, right? Wait, no. This is where CO2 was when we died. He may have been a bot. Everybody I don't like is a bot. That's on my it's on my mama. One more wormhole to check out, and then we'll look at the map. Sweet. There's a Helio scanning. Scary. Find me a quick connection from UW9. Yeah. There isn't one, but what's cool about Tabister is like because Eve Scout does the other two, we can use Tabister, Turner, and Thera to get where we're going if we map it ourselves. We can because technically this isn't publicly mapped, so nobody can use it for travel. We can. Now, I don't think it doesn't have nullsec statics, reverse or otherwise, so it's not the best for getting out to UW9, but getting it elsewhere it could be really fun. Zursum and Canid. Canid is pretty far away. Wow. So this is what our map looks like. Very interesting. So here's the map. We have tab. We have a connection to high sec, class 2, low, 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 C6, Pokvin, with not shown Pokvin, and then null sec and back to low. So I believe it's heavily interconnected to low sec based on yesterday and today only. We expect a couple of low sec statics. We also, I'm pretty sure I read that there's multiple reverse wormhole statics, but I thought they were low class. So I'm actually confused by this. I'm gonna have to read into that more. There's also cosmic signatures that are like ore sites. Is that normal? It doesn't seem normal. Now you drifter scan. I don't think I could do that. That's too much. You'd have to kind of go from the outside in and kind of know what you're going and why. We would just want to look for content and also have pathways. Drifter, we'll leave it to the blocks. Did you update MOTD on the Corp chat with the tab at? No, I did not. It's CK tab is the slug, but I'll put it there for sure. Here, I'll post it in Discord. Just talking general for now for tab, or talking chat for Tabister stuff. So I'll have like a notation thing. Again, once I get Ant out there, I'm gonna focus full bore on my corp and getting everybody really happy and everybody like up to speed with what they want to do. And part of that was finding some like downtime activity we could do together. And I think this is probably going to be it. If we can't do it here, we could do it in Thera. If we can't do it in Thera, we can do it in Turner. It doesn't really matter. But this is a fun one because it's like, you know, it's low sac and goofy. It's really not that fought after. I didn't like the layout of map generation. Our chains tend to be big at times, so it looked all over the place. With Wander, Yeah, almost all mappers have routes, yeah. Blitz is excited about the mapper, but that's a feature they all have. Wanderer in Pathfinder was way ahead of its time. Pathfinder is amazing. Wanderer is just like a Pathfinder just kind of reimagined. Best way to put it. I think we should live at this place. Shit. Although you wouldn't want to set your home here, would you? I mean, you could. I think it actually makes more sense to just put a jump clone in the Fortizar, put a ship or 3 in there, and then just do that. If it ever blows up, just pick it up at this station and carry on. You know what I mean? PFO was awesome. I found it slowed down a lot. Yeah, the public ones did, for sure. If you privately hosted it, it was extremely fucking snappy. 69 people here in in local. It's pretty nice. They're like docking in like a battle cruiser, a battleship fleet. I wonder who they are. I saw Parallax here yesterday. Parabellum, yeah. So I can tell you Parallax and Parabellum are both Russian folk, yeah? So I wonder if there's some kind of coalition going on here. And they farm the sites here. It's pretty cool. Apparently if you do these combat sites, if you do enough of them, it like creates like a boss combat site, and you can go there with like big ships and kill it as like a doomsday drifter there. Not sure if that's true. Just reading the wiki. I'll have to tear into it. So I guess maybe one thing I can ask is, hold on, I'm ignoring YouTube chat. I think part of the change I don't like is the leads to 1 to 3, whatever. Makes it seem like it's random. I see. Well, the thing about that, Sphinx, is like, nothing's changed. It just changed unknown to 1 to 3. So you're saying they should have left it at unknown? Because before it was unknown for 1 to 3, dangerous for 4 to 5, and deadly for 6, right? It should say leads to a system that is 1, 2, or 3. Yeah? Is that what it is? It's like the wording is random? It is misleading? One thing I would kind of just like, I guess, advice on is like, I don't think I'm going to be able to fix the issues with this like 4K thing with the Nomad Tale. So like, you know, like I could go back to the drawing board and try to do everything from scratch, but it's going to take me like another week to do it. I would almost prefer not to. I feel like it's completely watchable. There's no like harsh issues. There's just, if you watch it on 2 or 4K, it just has a slight thing where it repeats a video for like 3 seconds. But on 1K, it's flawless. I feel like I'm just going to release it. I feel like if anybody notices, they're going to comment. I'm going to tell them to watch it on 1K, and it's not going to be a big deal. But like, I guess I'd be open to advice on this. Like, is there some, should I like, I don't want to push it back anymore. I'm so tired. Can you explain how to make wormhole groups, Red? Sure. So there's a website that I kind of recommend. Where is it? Or did I delete it? There's a website that keeps track of certain things and you through the API. And if you go there, you can select all the time zones and then just decheck everything but wormholes and find the 50 most active corporations in JSpace kills wise. It's not perfect, but it gives you a good list of corps to watch out for. That's why I recommend giving YouTube a shout. I just can't imagine they'd even respond. I feel like I'm going to wait 2 days for them to respond. They're going to be like, well, you need to upload it again. I don't know, actually. I don't know. I don't know. It's not a bad idea. I think I'm just hesitant. Not rendering HD at all. Just up to... Yeah, so I did this huge explanation of it, but basically, the video is done. I rendered it in 4K so I could upload it after compression and get the better codecs on YouTube so people would watch it at 1K with better fidelity. But for some reason, some of the transcoding has made an issue to where there's a few points where the video just repeats itself for a second or two. One of them is the very start. If you watch it on 2K or 4K. So my explanation was, I feel like I did everything carefully. I've tried all types of devices, all types of codecs, all types of containers, all types of compression, everything under the sun, and it just seems to persist. So at this point, I'm almost just gonna say fuck it, watch it on 1K and be done with it. Because I'm seriously like, I'm at wit's end with trying to get this thing out there. My goal is, after I'm done streaming, I'm gonna upload it to Patreon too. In case people have issues, they can just watch it there for free if you want. But I think it should be fine. It'll be 100% good to listen to. The audio is not affected. It's just a few spots. Is your video thing a keyframe problem, maybe? I must want to go back and watch me explain it. So I've tried exporting as ProRes and DNX HD, right? So I like the idea, but like, I think both of those formats have time codes, but, or keyframes, excuse me. But, you know, I feel like that's a major problem if I can't use those formats. But I don't know. I don't know. I got to learn more. I have to learn more. I wasn't expecting this. I expected to just have to learn how to use Resolve with Linux. But it turns out there's like YouTube black box considerations I have to make, which just is frustrating, but it's not like I'm owed anything. It's just definitely frustrating. Somebody said to hit up YouTube. Never even considered hitting them up before. I feel like for anything codec related, they're just going to tell me, here's what we recommend. But at this point, I don't even want to wait for a response. This would be fixed in a second if I could just go into YouTube and just disable 2K and 4K and force you to watch it at 1K. I can't do that though. Tech says I wouldn't wait. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to. Worst case scenario, my plan is I'm going to probably release it later tonight. YouTube and Patreon, pick your poison. If there's an issue, let me know. You'd probably just be able to enjoy it, honestly. But if there's like a major issue and nobody can watch it or enjoy it, or it's distracting, I'll pull it down and I'll release it in a couple of weeks from now. Just kind of botch the whole thing. But I'd rather have it right on record and have fewer views than, you know, have something that's too distracting to watch. I mean, I'm sure if I show it to you guys, you're going to be like, oh, who even cares? It's pretty minor, but it bothers me. The video loops very long, or a couple seconds. Yeah, so the example I can give is at the very start, it somehow plays like it plays like seconds 4, 5, 6, 7. It plays that at the start twice on the higher resolution videos, but the audio is perfectly synced up. You put it back down to 1K and it's just perfectly fine. So the intro doesn't even play the logo on the 4K thing. That's why it's frustrating. I can imagine someone's gonna be like, ooh, 4K, click it, and it's gonna be like fucked up. Yeah. Sphinx. And if you were to go back and watch the thing, I mean, I talked about everything. I'm talking about rendering individual components, stitching them together. I'm talking about rendering as a big block, using different containers, different codecs, everything you can imagine. 4K, 1K. I get all types of issues when I upload it with this one. Even when I upload it 1K, there's still issues with it. So that's why it's kind of nice so I can upload it at 4K and have 1K actually work. But I don't know, man. It's just a little bit disappointing. But the idea is, you know, most people who watch it, they're not really concerned about the technical glitches as long as they can enjoy it. So I think they'll still be able to. That's the plan. And then what I'll do is when that's out, I'll be streaming more regularly. I'll just be hanging out doing gas, doing relics, maybe trying to find PvP that doesn't drive me nuts. Working on corp stuff on stream, stuff like that. Just fun tasks we have working on that. Should be chill. I think this stream we have a lot to look forward to in 2026. Yeah, I'll probably still ramble and rant at people over certain things, but you know, I guess some of you like that for whatever reason, so we'll just keep doing that. Yeah. But what I think I'll do today is I think I'll go, I'll pop off of the stream, maybe do a little bit of blopsing for a couple hours, see if I can catch somebody, and then probably stream one more time before Monday, and then we'll go back to stream regularly, hanging out, doing all sorts of fun stuff. Bit of a bad stream today between the servers going down, my stream disconnecting, you know, getting chased off of the sites by the probes. But yeah, I think we still had fun. Zeticus says, have a good day. Is that your first message? Damn, you crazy, bro. So you out of here, Zeticus? All right, let's do the giveaway now that Zeticus is gone. You plan to stream some of the blops at some point, right? Yeah, so my eventual goal is to have maybe hunters in the corp that want to do it while I stream. Then let me drop with them and then pay them bounties like we used to do. I'd like to do that. So in the future, yeah. I don't think I'll be hunting on stream. I think that's a huge mistake. But I might hunt off a stream while streaming. So I'll be on stream just not showing the hunter. Could do that. Doing a lurky lurk. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna jet set, but I'll see you guys real soon, yeah? That's a promise. Thank you for the subs earlier today. I fixed the hype train so that they're not as ridiculous. That was crazy. Dwayne understands the game. All right, folks, thank you for coming. Look out for Nomad Tale. It should be posted today. If there's any glitches, definitely let me know in a DM or in a comment. Otherwise, enjoy it. If there's no glitches, just enjoy it. I will probably not be streaming tomorrow. We'll just let the video speak for itself, and then you'll see me soon. Be good to each other. Be good to fellow chatters. Be good to your parents. Be good to your friends, your siblings. Be good to your dogs. Be good to your wives, your husbands. Be good to random people you just met. Be good to everybody you can. It feels good, trust me. Would you consider streaming in Discord instead of here? Probably not. Oh, Discord? Yeah, we stream hunting. You'd have to join the corp, though. Tech Breeze, take care. Thank you for the comments today. I think I'm going to skip hitting up YouTube, but you know what? You're not wrong. Maybe it would have helped. Maybe it would have. Maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot. Take care, buddy. Fish, you're welcome. Take care, buddy. Scotty, have a great day. Sphinx, adios, amigo. Steve, goodbye. Croquet says, was the server lagging earlier? Yeah, I got kicked out and we couldn't get back in. Gravy, take care. See you soon. Dwayne, adios, buddy. Hey, I went a whole day without shitting on Dwayne. That's crazy. Here's to one more of those days, and then it's back to business as usual. Angelic, take care. Yeah, if you want to learn to hunt and join us, we'd love to have you shadow, but it's probably OPSEC. Odysseus, take care. Katse says, sorry about the glitches, still hyped. Hell yeah, buddy. Yeah, it'll be good. I think you'll enjoy it. I hope so. And if not, we'll do a 17 and make it extra good. Waffles, take care, buddy. Happy dropping gravy. Yeah, we'll see. Are you at work? Cycle, take care, buddy. See you, Blitz. Enjoy your lunch if there's any left. Patrick, 07, buddy. I'll get better at spotting the slob, I promise. I don't want to be a mark. Lego, take care. Blitz, working. 312, take care. Joined a bit late on this one, yeah, for real. Flamingo Dragons, see ya, bud. Thank you all for being a part of my little goofy community. Here's to some more, yeah? See ya.